Big fan Breezy. About to hit y'all with this song real quick. Hold it down.
Back in the day, J Kid was the man, boy. Put the team on his back like a gym sport. D-Lo with the dribble drive handoff, pick and roll, full contact. This is a man sport. County of Kings, really the Kingsborough. You know Crown Heights, so you know that sound, right? Brooklyn Bridges, Z-Dub defenders. The Brooklyn Block Party, clacks and double digits. Got the Barclays clicking, the whole block is with it. Left a lot on the table, now we coming to get it. The shit one's gone, we too Brooklyn strong. Can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N, 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 B-R-O-O-K. We wildin', okay, we wildin', okay, we wildin', okay, we wildin', B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
Just give me the ball, I'm fitting to score next. My J is all net, me and Jay that you saw next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref, trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Nigga, watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. It's been between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a bar smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. The stir that or Millie rock like a fan do. And that's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N, B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N, B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Shout out to This Is JTV. We out here. Shout out to Iceman. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to start the show to say, you know what I mean? We got a song coming out. I'm excited about it. You know what I mean? I just wanted to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? It don't stop. It don't stop with the intro. You know what I'm saying? We real spitters. But yeah, man, shout out to Iceman. Shout out to This Is JTV. I heard This Is JTV verse fire. Straight tough. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just saying, man, there's a lot of content creators doing a lot, you know what I mean? But they ain't really doing it like that. They ain't putting on for Brooklyn Nets like that. And shout out to all the other net fan content creators. I got no smoke for y'all, you know what I mean? I'm just
About to have a
saying,
net fan mixtape out this motherfucker.
shit tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, mixtape. Net fan mixtape. I like the way that sounds. Or shout out to Brooklyn Go Crazy. That's a fact. That's Nets Kingdom. Shout out to Nets Kingdom, man. Yo, again, like I said, no sub to them, man. They the original Dun Dollars on YouTube. They heavy on Twitter now. And they got a big page on YouTube. But I know they be heavy on Twitter. On X. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I'm ecstatic about what we got going on. I want to do a Net Fan Day in the summertime. I want all of the net fans to link up, all of the content creators to get up and do a podcast. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Nick Fan Net Fan Day. That's when I,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You should try to
and I compete.
you should try to rally all the Nets content creators for fucking draft day.
Right.
Like all the net fan content creators go live on one live on draft day.
But yeah, I'm trying. But longest is pause. Long as like me, you, and just the original core of the podcast and what, you know what I'm saying, what we do here comes, then I imagine that we could build on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I need you, Easy, Leaf, you know what I'm saying, dudes that, you know what I mean, that's around, you know what I mean? Like I
No,
know
that's a fact. That's a fact. But we trying to unite the Nets fan community. So we need maybe like Nets Press, Nets Daily, if they not doing nothing, because they might be doing their own shit around it. But I feel like one big event could, further the whole Nets fan culture. Even Jay from BK.
Right.
Um, who else?
Pardon. I met
You,
Pardon in like real life, like at the park when Jadakiss performed. Remember?
I was about to say, yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, remember that's the first time I ever met him. I never met him before that.
But word. But I feel like ha- having everybody
That's the
on
first
one
day I
live.
met Leaf too.
That was the second time I met Leaf, I think. Cause I had
Okay.
went to the game. Cause I went to the game. No, no, the game was after the practice in the park. So yeah,
Okay.
that was the first time.
Yeah. 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 Oh,
Shout out
okay.
to
Okay.
Leaf Diggy. Make sure y'all follow Leaf Diggy. Try to get him up to 300, man. Shit, follow
Mm-hmm.
me. Get me up to 300.
Facts. Yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Jay. I think you could get to 300 if you put different world on YouTube. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I,
You be
I, I
on you
need,
be
I
on
need a.
IG. That's your handle more times than not that I seen. I don't know.
Yeah, I just gotta get a StreamYard account right.
Okay. Yeah,
Word,
we could
word.
easily fix that. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, we share it. So basically, all you gotta we'll talk about that off camera. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the link should work now. Ice. Oh, all right, they got ice right there. Yeah. All right, I got. I'm gonna do my stuff. I
Uh,
like that. I like that beat you said. Ice. That you know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah,
on that. You know what I mean? Pause. Or whatever.
yeah. You know what I mean? Gotta let the fans
Okay.
know it's serious business around here about these nets.
Mm-hmm.
you know
Yeah,
me,
man.
I get to work. Know what I mean? Somebody send me a beat, it's done.
Mm.
It's done.
Yeah, I like that
I'm
shit too, Jay. Yo,
enthusiastic,
it's
man.
crazy. Yeah,
You
yo,
say?
Breeze, the shit that Jay wrote, the verse that Jay wrote, I had a hook like that, but I scratched it and dumbed it down, and he put it in his verse. I was so hyped when I heard it. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. You know what I'm saying? We on the
yeah,
same page. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm ready for this.
Mm-hmm. Jay, an easy artist to work with, man. He a dope artist. I've been a fan of. I mean, yeah, we cool, but I've been a fan of his music for a long time, man. Shout out to Jay. Subscribe to Jay, man. He really do music, really be performing. I mean, really
And
performing.
go check out the music, man. Just
Yeah,
go on wherever you stream your music at and type in "This is Jay" or "A Different World." Either one, you gonna find some fire ass music. Just put it in your favorites and shit. And yeah, check that shit out.
Right.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. So stay tuned. You know, I know by the beginning of the season, probably even before that, before May. We don't know, just to be determined. But to the title of the show, again, like I said, I'm gonna be getting to these topics quickly because I'm clipping up these different parts, and I'm gonna be honest, they give me like about 10 clips, and they don't even do the whole show justice. There's a lot of parts that they left out. I was like, wow, like people, fans, y'all really gotta tap in and listen to the podcast, man. It's a lot of good content that the clips don't get. But
Yeah.
shout to the clips, shout to AI clips. I appreciate it. Shout to Ice for mentioning that. But to the title of the show, we're gonna go to Jay, then we're gonna go to Ice. Of course, Nets fans is the best fans. We all know that. Coaching and its important impact versus star players and more. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because I guess the Phoenix Suns coach got fired this other day because they made it seem like with those three players, KD, Booker, and Bill, it's supposed to work. And if it don't work, it's because of the coach. You got the players, you got the talent. If it don't work, it's because of something that the coach is not doing. You're not cooking up. So whatever the case is, Jay, how do you feel when it comes down? And remember, it's more the conversation of verses because it's remember Deron Williams got his coach fired in Utah. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of different stuff happened between coaches. You see what KD did with Sean Marks and Steve Nash. You see what wound up happening, but you see the career path and how. You know what I mean? It's just
I was joking with Leaf about that, saying with the Mike Malone situation that that's exactly what KD asked for when he left. Fire the coach and the GM. And that's what Denver did. So I'm thinking, I immediately was joking, was like, maybe did the Joker put that hit out? You know what I mean? But not saying he did, but I just think that's something that could have waited to the off season for real. But
We put the for entertainment purposes only on there. All right, here we go. Ice, let me ask you this, Ice.
Uh,
What's more when you talk about structure of a team, like building the championship roster?
uh-huh.
How important is the coach to that team, to that said team?
It's hella important. It's hella important. We always talk about Steve Nash on here when you got them
oh,
type.
Nets Kingdom said locked on Nets too. I think Nets Kingdom might have been in on that idea. I was talking about bringing all the creators together because he put locked on Nets. I know that's another page, but
Yeah,
word,
yeah.
bring all
Shout
the
out to
pages
Lockdown.
together, man. Nets
Yeah,
fans, we the best fans. The stream.
Yeah,
facts.
Doug and
Oh,
Adam
again,
locked on that.
hold on, let me say this. Eric Slater, I was listening to a podcast he did with Kerry Kittles. We're gonna recap that. I didn't want to forget to say that. We're going back to Ice. Go Ice.
All right. We always talk about Steve Nash when he was here. Like he's the prime example of a coach that couldn't coach a certain level of talent, right? So the coach is important because the coach level matters, right? When you got high IQ players like LeBron, KD, Kyrie, them type level players, you need a coach that can match that and more. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
he wasn't the guy. So a coach having a certain type of coach, like I think Steve Nash would have worked better if he would have went to the G League, like Jordy did, and start with them guys, right? Before you get to this
okay.
high IQ, even though he's a high IQ guy, it's still different from when you coaching. You know what I mean? You're not on the floor no more. You don't get to see everything. You don't get to understand. You know what I mean? You can look from a distance, but you're not playing in the game, and you got to be able to understand what's going on the floor. So I'm gonna just say he should have started lower. Some of these coaches got to start lower before they get to the
Yeah,
high
he
IQ
ain't no
guys.
JJ Redick. Know what I mean? He got to start low.
So, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
It's easy to say that from what I've seen, just because you was a point guard don't make you a good coach. I think there's other intangibles that make you a good coach. And at
Right.
the end of the day, everybody is not a good coach, even with the same experience. You know what I'm saying? And I think, I'm not gonna say it, but I gotta say it. If I don't say it, nobody else gonna say it. And I really don't think that this is good for basketball. And I'm not saying that this is what they doing, but if they could get the super duper bag, get fired and keep that bag, like
Yeah.
what's stopping them? Like they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like what's stopping them from saying like I wanted to stay home anyway. And I'm
Word,
not. That's just
work from
human
home job.
nature. That's just human
But,
nature, man. Like
but
listen, and I want to say this. It take a lot for a competitor to want to win more than one championship. It do. Sometimes they get that championship and it not saying they claim their hands, but it ain't the same as that first one. That's how I feel. Like,
They not hungry no more.
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I did that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just good evening, love and Aries. Good evening. And listen, the season is over. So if you want to just talk about anything now, I mean, we can answer one of your questions. I'm sure the guys is cool with that, you know what I'm saying?
facts.
Or you want us to recap love and basketball? You know what I'm saying? Maybe the part where he's like, yo, I'm gonna play you for your love. It's like, all right,
Yo,
man.
yo, I got a controversial take on that movie, man. Like,
Man.
first of all, I really dislike the ending of that movie, man. I feel like she came to that man crib disrespectfully, all in his backyard while his wife in there. He was supposed to cross her over, dunk on her, and be like, "Dame, bitch, get the fuck off my property."
And
You
then
know what I mean?
you know what
That's how
happened?
that movie. Then he was supposed to go inside to his wife and his kids, and she was supposed to be looking through the glass window and seeing them like, damn. Like that's how that movie is supposed to end. But they got to bring it back
It's
to
going.
make it the love story that it's supposed to be. But he was already married. That was disrespectful to come there
He
and talk
said,
about
"Don't hate."
let me
Jay.
play you for your love right now. He should have dunked on her. Ah!
Word. The play had the samba music on. I was feeling that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, Loving Aries. I felt that. You know what I'm saying? I got a heart. You know what I mean? I watch Love and Basketball. If it got something to do with basketball, I seen it. Then I seen the movie with Common, and Common, he was falling in love with the wrong woman. Then he was falling in love with Queen Latifah. And
That's a
Queen
Nets
Latifah
fan
was like,
movie too. Remember, he was on the
yeah,
Nets in that movie.
yeah. I think his name was Mick Wright or something like that.
Yeah, I think the
Like,
name of the movie is Just Right.
right. Yeah, Mick Wright, like he missed the right. You see how you know what I mean? So Queen Latifah, you know what I'm saying? She was just his friend at first. You know what I mean? She was his friend. You know what I mean? He was trying to scoop the other one, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess he was more attractive. But the
Yeah,
thing
he
was,
tried to
she
scoop
didn't
the
really have a
bad joint.
heart of gold.
Yo, come
She
on, bro.
wasn't
But see, look, guys, see,
pure.
you got to be realistic. You would have tried to scoop that joint over Queen Latifah too, but then at the
Come
end of the
on.
day, you
Come
realize Queen
on.
Latifah was cool. He see she was cool at the end of the day, but you got to get there.
My
The
brother, don't
shorty
be
that
asking me questions like that.
the
Don't
one
be
he was
asking me
hollering
questions.
at, the one he was hollering at was it though. She just
Listen,
wasn't. She
It,
just.
yeah, she wasn't it. You
It was
understand?
just the physical. It was she was
mhm,
physically
and
it. She
that's
wasn't
what I'm
there
saying.
mentally.
Right,
Right.
and he was going through physical therapy. So he thought he needed the physicality from that one, but really he needed the physical therapy. And then that translated to something else because of basketball. See, she loved the game and
Hold
she loved
on.
the game, but
Yo,
she just
see,
loved the money
no,
from the game. So it's two
no.
different
Talk about
things.
not to cut you off, but loving Aries in the chat saying that I'm cold for the what I said about loving basketball. But yo, you got to look at it from the wife perspective. Imagine if the movie was from the wife perspective and she find out that this girl is in her backyard asking her man, "Let me play you for your love." Does that look like something? If that's something, that's cold. You why you in this girl backyard propositioning her man to divorce you?
Trying to post them up.
Right, that bro,
Hey, because
that's
you
cold
got
right
you got
there.
to take a chance. You got to take a chance, bro. You know
No,
what I mean? And a lot
no,
of
I
people be
feel
taking
you.
chances now, Jay.
No,
Nah,
She
I
in the
yeah,
feel
backyard
you.
you know
hoping
what
to
I'm
go
saying?
But
in.
bro, she's violating the sanctity of that man's marriage. You know what I mean? This man took vows for better or for worse, and she's in your backyard with a pretty face talking about, yo, let's play for your
Hey,
love.
yo,
This
hey,
is I
that
took
Hold on,
vows in
hold
front
on.
of God. She trying to
that was her
violate.
only. Hey,
No,
but that was her
bro. It
only.
said
That was her only way though. Like that was the
when he
only.
got
That was the
married,
only
it
thing she
said
had left,
speak
Jay.
now or forever hold your peace. She should have forever held her peace.
Nah, she wasn't trying to. Love Aries says love makes you do crazy things. Like we end up in somebody's backyard hooping. Facts.
Bro,
You know what I mean?
bro, listen, I just
Nah,
feel like if y'all
yeah.
loving Aries, if you was that wife that was on the inside that can't hoop, you'd have been upset at that. You wouldn't have been
Hold
like
on.
love does crazy things. Love would have made you punch her in her mouth in the
Hold
backyard.
on, hold on, hold on,
That's
hold on,
crazy
hold on,
too.
hold on.
That's wild.
Hold on, hold
That's
on, hold on,
wild,
hold on,
Jay.
hold on, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. This is the movie plot, right? Love and Basketball. Quincy McCall, Epps, and Monica Wright Lathan grew up in the same
Well, her
neighborhood.
name right too.
In the same
Yeah.
neighborhood and have known each other since childhood. As they grow into adulthood, they fall in love, but they also share another all-consuming passion: basketball. They
Did you just crack
eventually
some black
follow.
basketball lore
They
right here, bro?
they eventually follow separate career paths through high school and college basketball, and they hope into stardom in the big league professional world. So basically, they couldn't love each other because they love basketball. Nah, that's not how it's supposed to go. That
Bro,
ain't love.
Bro, you
Nah,
just said
boy,
that
yeah.
Common and Just Right name was right, and this girl name is right. Did you just crack the basketball lore that they actually related on the low? Because she went to the
Mm,
W, he was in the NBA. You know how all these
mm,
players be related and shit. Just
right.
Right, Monica Wright. What you say her name was?
That's his baby mama on the side.
I don't know, man. It might be some connections, man.
Yo, you
That was
think
wild
he
though.
had a baby mom's on the side?
Nah,
Wow.
I said that could have been his sister or something. You went to the baby
Oh,
moms, but you never
oh,
know.
Yeah, that's wild. It's wild. It's a good movie though. But that was the only chance though. That was the only chance, Jay. She knew she could get to him with the hoops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that.
Loving Aries said if Sanaa Lathan was in her backyard playing her husband in the game 101,
No, she's lying. She
she
Nah,
said.
said,
she might
She
not.
said.
hold on,
No,
let me
no.
read the
She
comment. Let me read the comment. Let me read the
right. Go
comment.
ahead, bro.
She
Get
said,
out of
she
here.
said, she said, I wouldn't care enough to say anything. I'll just leave.
Pack the bag.
So
She gonna
that means she was looking the backyard,
And see her husband.
open the blinds, see her Sanaa Lathan
out
with the
there.
baby.
Wait. All right. So when you leave, you gonna pack the kids up with you, or you just gonna leave them too? Like, how's that going?
And she leaving everything. She leaving everything. She see that, like Bree said, she popped that joint like that,
All
bro.
right.
Oh yeah,
Well. Listen. If
suitcase.
she just walking out the door like that, soon as she see the game going on, then Sanaa Lathan deserved to win.
Yeah, I mean,
She
at
deserved
that
the
point,
W at that point.
I
What if
mean,
she?
if you
Why
want,
don't you
look,
play
nah,
Sanaa
Jay,
Lathan 1-on-1?
yeah,
Right?
like
Why
yeah,
you
he's
don't
been
challenge him?
outside.
Like, nah, play me, bitch.
Nah,
Oh, that could have
nah,
been
he went
another
out.
ending. His wife
Yeah,
come out, but his wife would have got washed though, because she wasn't no
yeah,
D1
like
hooper.
nah, not at all. That's why
Yeah.
she said she would have been out. You know what I mean? Like as soon as he go outside for another woman, she done with it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you out there hooping with her?
See,
You know what I
Loving
mean?
Aries
Like,
said she
nah.
peace. She's saying she peace. That means, you know what I mean? She can do better. You know what I'm saying? She's not even gonna be bothered with the toxic energy. First and foremost, he was supposed to just take out the trash. What the hell
He
is that
did.
out there
Right.
doing
That's
the
why I
most
said he
for?
supposed to dunk on Shorty. That's taking out the trash. You know what I mean? Get the fuck off my property, bitch. I gotta go inside to my wife. My
You
woman is
know
waiting
what
for me. My woman is waiting for me to come in here and drop something off in her drawers.
I'm saying? Yo, my man was you know what I'm saying? He had mixed feelings taking that trash
Yo,
out, Jay. That's all it was. He had to think, he had to ponder about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit is comedy though. I always
Nah,
thought that movie should have went differently. Cause like, if you wanted him, you should have got him back when you had the chance. You was playing hard to get and all that. Nigga went and married a supermodel and shit. Now you want to come back and play for his love?
yeah.
Too late.
That shit hurt. That shit hurt after he did that, bro. That shit hurt though.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yo,
Nah,
he like, hold up.
I
He
remember
might get
back in the
back for
days,
real though.
chicks used to make me watch that movie, and I used to just be sitting there tight, like, nah, he shouldn't take this. He's getting violated somehow. Like,
Yo, it's wild funny though. You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
it is. It is. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit of revisionist history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
hmm
And my man seriously went outside and hooped though.
He
he
no,
did
just
but
though.
went out.
you know what?
Like,
You say,
yo, first of all, the fact that he even went outside and hoop, he was cheating. That's cheating at that point because you're supposed to take out the garbage and you're in the back hooping with your ex, your crush. You just cheated on your wife right there. You ain't even have to play the game. You knew what you wanted. You let her win.
Yeah, facts.
You knew what you wanted, man. You ain't even have to play the game. What you
Facts.
but come
That's why
see
on,
I
like
that?
love him.
that's
Oh,
bold
that
as
is a
hell.
mental. It's a mental thing. Why y'all niggas out here playing games? That's what he trying to tell you.
Yeah.
The more you
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
But no,
No, I
but
agree.
from a woman perspective, they wouldn't have named it Love and Basketball. If it was from the, if it was that wouldn't be the name of the movie. It would,
What they
it would have
name
been,
it?
it would have been that. It would have been something else. You know what I mean? Like, word up. But I do know that
They should have called that shit reckless closeout because that's how it
Yo.
ended, man. That shit was a reckless closeout. Violation, foul, 3 shots for the wife.
Yo. She would
that
have missed
that
all them joints though. You know what I mean? She would have missed.
yeah.
Oh man, that's
What
too
else
funny.
movies you like? What else movies you like? Love and
Yo.
Basketball. What else movies you like?
It-
Yo,
Oh,
but What about the WNBA? Since we're talking about ladies and all that, what happened with that? You said Paige got picked first.
Yeah, it was the draft tonight for the WNBA, and I just saw that Paige is ill because she got drafted number one to the was the Dallas Stars, I think they is. Who's
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dallas team name? Got drafted number one to them, and she signed a 3-year contract with Unrivaled in the same day. So she gonna be playing ball year round. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And she gonna be cooking.
getting money. See, now with Unrivals, they can make money where they don't have to leave the states. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, BCW NBA draft. I didn't even know it was today. I just turned on YouTube and I saw that ESPN was covering it, so I just tuned in for a little while. But only person I really knew was Paige, and she went number one. All them other names I ain't really know like that.
she been on everything. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok.
Facts.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
Nike. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's definitely out here.
So who went second? What about Jay? What's her name? The
Second,
one with the bun?
huh?
Juju Watkins.
I didn't even see where she went. Oh, I should have been looking for her. I should look it up and see if you can find it. But because they was I
Give
saw
me a
that
minute. Man.
Paige could have came out last year, but she didn't come out last year. She stayed another year, and she ended up going number one. And they're saying she probably wouldn't have went number one last year, and she probably definitely wouldn't have went number one last year because it was Caitlin Clark year.
So don't forgive me if I get a name wrong. Seattle Storm Dominique Malagona.
Yeah,
Malgona.
that was number two right there, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, I know it was an African last name.
yeah. Um,
What
Fiona.
about where Juju Watkins went? She get drafted?
Is she in this draft? I don't see her name because she probably would have went higher.
Right, but ain't she wasn't she still in high school or something? She ain't
She
even
in
in
college.
college yet. Oh, she
She
in
might have
college?
been in college for 2 years or three. So she probably
Okay.
had one more year. I think she had got hurt, if I'm not mistaken. Let me keep looking down the list. Well, that was the first round right there. She not in this draft. Nah. The only person I knew in this one was Paige. I'm with you, Jay.
Word. But
Yo, so hold
shout
on.
to the
Yeah,
ladies that got an opportunity though. You know what I mean? Go to the
I had
club.
pulled it up. Because I want to see who went where. I know she had got injured, but I still think she would have got drafted. Sure.
Yeah, no, I
There's
think she
no
might
way
be
they
next.
don't draft Juju Watkins.
Yeah, she might be next year.
Oh, she next year? What they saying in they don't leave as rookies the same way they do for NCAA?
Nah, they gotta stay 4 years. They
Oh,
gotta
they
play
gotta
4 years
stay
in college.
4 years.
Yeah. So I think she was in.
Oh,
I think she was in
okay,
2 years so far, or three. I believe.
okay, yeah. Paige buckets.
Yeah, Paige. Yeah, Paige bucket. That's for sure.
That's what. What's her last name? I want to say it right. Buckers. Buckers getting buckets. It just sounds like it's gonna make a lot of sense.
Fact. She could hoop.
But you know me, I be watching the sneakers, and they already got her Nike deal set up straight. She getting money.
Yeah, I commented on this post. Did you see that joint? It was all over TikTok. A girl came to Paige's game. Like I tried to guard her, and she cooked me in high school. You know what I mean? That she was holding that sign up. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, that's tough. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that joint was going viral. Like, I tried to guard her, and she straight up cooked me in high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that's the
that-
support.
right. That's the
That
game.
that's funny when you be watching all of the people who guarded superstars in high school. So I be
Yeah,
seeing them a lot of them talking about, yo, that's how I realized that I was not going to the NBA because I had to
yeah,
guard Trey Young and that nigga dropped
yeah.
50 on me.
Right.
Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. We gonna switch lanes real quick. We got Dayron. front and center. Let's see what Dayron got going on. What up, Dayron? Basically, this is a quote. This ain't a video. My bad.
That's
He
you.
said, Dayron said, talks glowingly about coaching staff. Says, God willing, he'll return. I like Brooklyn. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
All
And he
right.
said he gonna lose some weight too.
Okay. Okay. So you want that though, as a fan, right? And that's fan. You want that.
Of course.
Okay.
Why would I want to trade the league's best rebounder, man?
League's best
That's
rebounder.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got him. You got him. 20. He playing 30 minutes a game. You think how many rebounds we get from Dayron?
Unlimited.
Okay, I
Yo.
like that.
How many shots missed? You know what I mean?
Yo.
All of them. You
Fact.
know what I mean? That's my boy. Depending on how many shots missed that game, but he's getting all the rebounds, man.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, we got Cam Johnson front and center. Let's see what Cam Johnson talking about. This is going playoffs, and y'all want to see a specific game, send me a cash app, and I'll watch that specific game for you. You know what I mean? But we out here. You know what I'm saying? Mets fans don't die, we multiply. You know what I mean? So yeah, we gonna be here all off season, seeing what's going on with especially May 12th. But let's see what Cam Johnson talking about. I'm trying to turn the volume up. If y'all can't hear him, I'll just say what he said. Can y'all hear it? Oh no, it's on mute. It's mad low. All right, so basically, Cam Johnson said he will speak with Sean Marks about his future this summer. He says, we'll definitely go to him and ask because I have a vested interest in what we're doing here.
Yeah, man.
To being a part of this program, and I take that seriously. And I've been given a responsibility to have that approach.
That's my boy, man. I fuck with this kid, man. I do. Like a lot of Nets fans don't like him and don't see the value in him and don't want him. And I used to be one of those Nets fans until he started talking. And once he started talking, I heard how intelligent he is and the vision that he has and that he knows where he's at in the NBA currently. Like what's the word? Self-awareness that he has.
Yeah.
I fuck with him, bro.
Okay. All right, so you second that? How you feel about that?
I always been on Cam's side, man. You know what I'm saying? I told fans they gonna apologize to Cam Johnson this season. You know what I mean? I said it before the season started. Cam,
you was right about me.
Yeah.
I apologize.
He almost shot 50, 40, 90 this season. You know what I mean? Like that's different for him. That's different for Nets fans because the only two people that I think possibly that did that was KD and Kyrie somewhat.
Kyrie did it, and I think KD maybe did it for like a month, but I don't think KD did it for the whole season. Kyrie did a season.
And then you want to get rid of this guy. I understand he's older. You know, I understand the old and we trying to get the new. But like they said, he could be a piece that you might not want to give away because you might not get him back. You know what I mean? If Jay just said Kyrie did it and KD, look at the level of those guys. I'm not saying he's gonna do it again next year. It's possible. But you can't when you give away that, it's hard to get it back. That's why fans reminisce over KD and Kyrie now. You know what I mean? They gotta think about that.
Yeah. Yo, man, listen. If you ask me about Cam Johnson, nobody did, but since we're here, I'll say that.
Yo, Breeze. Hold on. Breeze, how you feel about Cam Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you think?
Well, since you asked, I think that Cam Johnson knows that we building something, and he's seen the Suns build something because he was there before they were really good. And I think he gets some of that vibe from the Suns to here. Like, I see what y'all doing, and I don't want to, you know what I mean, bounce from team to team. If I could just stay, I've already had rice and peas from Golden Crust. I already been to Flatbush. I already seen what Brooklyn is like. I don't want to leave. Let me stay. I'll find a way. I'm just trying to play. That's what I think, bro. I think he really doing his best to show that. Listen, I don't have to be. I think he would take a bench role to stay with the Brooklyn Nets, bro.
He would. I think he would. I don't think he care about that. I think it's
I
just
don't think he can.
But my
I
thing
don't think
is,
he can, bro.
I think he would take a bench role to stay with the Brooklyn Nets and still earn his way back to a starter.
yeah.
You think Cam Johnson? See, that depends on who we draft too. Do we
Yeah.
not draft who we going to draft? Like, do we not draft Cooper because of Cam Johnson? Do we not
No,
draft
no,
East
no.
because of Cam Johnson?
Nah, we
Nah.
just no, we do draft, but
Right.
Cam
He got
Johnson is
allowed.
saying that he's willing to do what it was necessary.
Right. So he'll give up his spot. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what he's saying, like, if you draft Coop and Coop plays 3 and I play 3, if I can't play the 4, then put me on the bench. I'm good. I can get my points that way. That's how he operates. You know what I mean? Ain't no fighting.
That's
Ain't
a
no
that's a
arguing.
winning mentality. I like that, man.
Bro, this
Yeah.
kid is a leader, man, for
Ke-
real. Like
Hold
this
on, hold on.
kid,
Keon Johnson and Cam Johnson off the bench is tough, bro. It is.
Yeah. Explosiveness and
man,
shooting. You know what I mean?
this kid right here is the leader that I wanted KD to be, bro. He's saying everything I wish KD would have said when he was the leader of this team, bro.
Mm,
Hmm.
that's saying something.
Interesting.
That's saying
Yeah, it
something.
is. Yeah, KD was more fickle. You know what I'm saying? KD was like, I'm nice. If we lose, it's because of us.
You don't
But
remember
we
KD said,
win, it's because of me.
right? You don't remember KD said, oh yeah, we supposed to win. Look who they got me out here with.
Right. Then he had to walk it back. You're like,
Remember,
nah, I ain't mean it like that. Then your ass went over there to the Suns, and then you tried to get a championship roster team, even fired the coach, and look at you. You should have stayed with KD, which brings us to this topic. Should he have stayed with KD? Did we do at this point, watching the aftermath, do we even want him to have stay with us? Or we want what happened?
no, never want this.
Yeah, no.
Never want this, but you roll with the punches. You make the best out of the situation. You make
Right.
lemonade out of lemons, but never want to do that
Right. Exactly. I
because
think
at the
that's
end of the day, niggas on this team, niggas in this fan base keep begging for talent. We had it,
and then you still trying to give it away right now.
right?
You know, only dude in the team that shot 50, 40, 90, damn near you want to give them away. Nah, Spurs could have them. Nah,
Right. Like how
Hickman.
many niggas in the NBA did that this year? Like let's
Right,
let's
right,
start there. Let's start
right,
there. Like let's look who did that this year to see how valuable a guy like that is. Right.
right. You don't get it back. It's you know what I'm saying? You got lucky that they traded Bridges instead of him, and then he show up this year like this 50, 40, 90, dunking on people, playing his heart out, diving on the floor, and then you like, nah, we ain't got no talent. Let's get rid of
But
Cam Johnson.
yeah, but nah, but again, his identity was connected to Mikal Bridges. They was calling each other twins, so we put them together. I said, you know what I mean? I said a lot.
Yeah,
You
facts.
know what
Yeah,
I mean?
but and Mikal never sounded as put together as this kid when he talks about the game of basketball. Mikal never sounded as sure of himself as this kid sounded, as confident as he sounded. Mikal be sounding like a damn buffoon half the time.
Cam, I think he more know what he want, know his role, know how it works. You know what I mean? Understand everything. Draft ace, draft coop. My 3 spot is gone. Let me come off the bench. I did it in Phoenix. I'll do it again. I just shot 50, 40, 90. I'll do it again. You know what I mean? anyway, y'all want to use me on this team to help the team win, that's what I'm gonna do. That's how his mentality is. And you can't find that everywhere. Because I didn't heard Gil and them say that they ain't even want to come off the bench. They ain't even want to play if they was on the bench if they ain't start. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. It's mad niggas that retired because they couldn't start no more.
Yeah. So it's different. It's not like everybody do that. Everybody don't do it. And plus, especially if they not the 6th man. All right, you know what I mean?
And it's not even like we a good team for real. Like he with the grind. He's with help make it us into a good team.
Right, right. Let me be a piece. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta be your guy, but let me be a piece.
And
You know?
even though this is football, right? Now I'm about to mention, but
Huh?
I heard it was a dude. I forgot what football player it was. Damn, I can't remember. But he was like talking about the difference from playing for an organization like the Jets and then going to Chicago. And he was like, "Yo, bro, even though no, I what did the Giants? It was a New York team. My bad. But he was just saying, yo, I didn't appreciate it until I left because once I got there, they facilities was fucked up. The food
Yeah,
wasn't as good. Like everything wasn't as good, and I didn't appreciate being on that team until I
right.
left and went and saw what it was like inside of another organization. And
Yeah,
from what I hear, the Nets have a pretty good organization on the inside,
Facts.
yeah. I
and
heard the same thing.
people players notice that because you might go to another shit and shit is not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So this is what I'm saying about star players and coaches to the title, right? He's not trying to be there and changing things around. He like what's going on. He like how he's implemented into the offense. He like, and again, I know what he like. He liked how Jody Fernandez had him coming off that double screen curl and getting to that wide open 3-point shot. Got him shooting at one of the highest efficiencies he ever did. And to be honest with you, I never seen that play ran
right.
so much for one player. You know, I've seen Joe Harris, I've seen Lonnie Walker, I've seen different jump shooters we had, and that specific play getting Cam Johnson open the way they did it, it was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? And I never seen nobody do that. I didn't see Jock Vaughn do that play. I didn't see no lie. Even Kenny Atkinson. I never seen him do that play. And yeah, there's son. If all of these players has got all of these good things to say about coaching, that word travels. I don't think it's going to travel to a high draft pick. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that to say, don't take any of this with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? This is it rice? Is it grain of salt or grain of rice?
A
You
grain of
know what I'm
salt.
trying to say? Yeah. So, but that being, look, just peep game. And now we're gonna scroll through X a little bit. Shout out to Ice because you definitely finna see some of his content.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
word. Yeah. So we're gonna get to that. And shout out to Eric Slater. Um, I want to see. I want y'all to see the interview he had with Kerry Kittles and how
Uh-huh.
they were talking about building that team and how it was before and after Kid got to that team. But yeah, let's see what's going on.
Yo, TikTok had me working while you scrolling. TikTok had me working. Said my videos doing good over there. Keep going live. I made 1 cent on TikTok. Gotta celebrate my first cent on TikTok, y'all.
Yo, I've been meaning to go live on TikTok. I was gonna do some gaming shit over there, just to let the screen shit look at the screen while I'm playing the game. Just do
Yeah,
Mhm.
that shit for a few hours.
yeah. Hey, they asked me to go 10 hours next time on TikTok, bro.
Damn,
10 hours. I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? That's a my phone
I
don't even
just
stay
I just
charged
met
that long.
you.
Yeah,
Uh,
right. Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
hold on.
yeah.
And
It
listen,
got
I'm gonna keep it
it got to
real.
be 10 hours in a row.
Yeah, I think it's 10. I don't know if it's 10 hours straight, bro. But
That's
I'm
straight
like
ridiculous. They
the
paid you
last.
1 penny and they gonna get the if they
Yeah, man. Because
bruh,
they
you
kept
gonna
saying
pay
like
me
my
one
videos
penny and then ask me to do 10.
10 hours. So
Nah,
what it
man.
was that last game, I went live like 6 hours. I chopped it up, took a little break, went back live, and then that video that live helped my one of my posts. It kept going up more and more. My posts kept going up more, and I got more followers. And then it was
Mhm.
like, all right, you did this. This challenge is over. Now let's go 10 hours. I'm like, bro, you know what I mean, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying like 10 hours is
How
a
we
whole
get here
day,
so
bro.
fast? That's
Yeah,
sped up
right.
quickly.
Damn.
Word.
Yeah. Once
Hold
I
on.
got
Oh
once.
shit. Oh shit, my
Play.
homegirl just stunned it on me. I asked I know she watched the WNBA, so I asked her, yo, you watching the draft? She's like, I'm at the draft.
Wow.
I'm like, I heard you.
That's
Where
how
the
we do.
draft at?
I don't know.
I thought you was gonna say the Barclays.
Is it?
Let me
They
see.
love drafting people at the Barclays for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
A mock draft. Um, I don't know, Breeze. You want to do a mock draft on here one time?
Yeah, we can do a mock draft. We still could get to the Eric Slater content. Um, that was a good interview, yo. I'm not gonna lie. It was, and he was the way he was talking. And one of the things that stood out about that conversation was he said, "Yeah, that season we took 12 and a half 3-pointers a game." I said, "Not for Jody."
Nay and nine. What? 12? Out
Man,
there run.
Jordy trying to take 12 and a
You
half
mean by
3-pointers
yourself?
per quarter.
Right.
By 12 by yourself? Is
Right.
that what you meant?
Right.
And it was because they was talking about modern NBA basketball, and he talking about a season. And the season that's per game with they. So it was like
Paint.
but then the speed, and he even spoke on it. The speed of the game. Kerry Kittle said his favorite player to watch right now is Wemby. Um, Real good interview, man. I'm gonna go to this interview before this mock draft because I keep talking about it, and it correlates to the conversation to the title, and just what Kittle
Whose
said
mock
about
draft was
it,
it?
the WNBA mock draft.
Uh,
Shout out to
no, the
Rehab.
WNBA real draft is tonight.
Right.
Mock.
He said he want us to do a mock draft though.
Yeah. NBA
Uh,
mock
Yeah,
draft.
yeah,
oh,
yeah. We
NBA, not
Yeah,
WNBA.
NBA mock draft.
right. We going for sure. That's for sure and for certain. Two things for certain, one thing for sure. Reholla 88 moderator on the page. He said, appreciate all the content, fellas. Y'all helped me get through the season a lot. Yeah, nah, likewise, you know what I'm saying? Cause trust me, as a content creator, it's tough. You guys definitely, you know what I'm saying, keep me in the loop, send me stuff, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it go both ways. That's why the name of the show is called Nets Fans the Best Fans. Y'all hear me say that now, y'all see me put it at the title of the show. Y'all see what's up. Um
But ain't
oh,
Rihanna a Rockets fan?
Rihanna, nah, ain't
Oh,
Brooklyn Nets fan.
oh no, that's Mo Beasley. Mo Beasley. My bad. My bad. My bad.
Yeah. Rihanna, he one of the coolest fans. Like I met
That,
him, I think, on Talking Nets, and you know what I'm
Okay.
saying. I used to be in the chat with him, and I always, had good comments. You know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean. Then he was consistent. I would see him over there a lot, and then when I got on Talking Nets, like on the panel with Keith McPherson and whatnot, he was in the chat showing love too. He was like, "Yo, shout out to Rihanna." I mean, shout out to Breezy on the panel. So I remember stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to
Word.
Rihanna,
Yeah,
88.
shout out to Rihanna. I ain't mean to disrespect your handle, my man.
Holla be on
Word.
tour
He's
with
a
me.
Nets fan all day, broski. Heard you.
Facts.
Yeah. He be on,
Yeah.
shout out to Holla. My guy be on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I see him on Twitter a
Mhm.
lot. You know what
He
I mean?
jumped on the panel once or twice. I heard him on the panel. He jumped on before. That was dope. That's why I made him a moderator on this page too.
Yeah.
The interview I was talking about. But Bobby Marks, this is what he said about the Brooklyn Nets with the watch. We could get to this. He says, can the roster sustain four first? Let's get to that first. I'll answer and then we'll go around the panel. Yes, the roster could sustain four first, just off of the strength that you got the summer league and you got the preseason. Before you decide what you really want to do with the roster, utilize those two things. We seen Keon Johnson and his potential in the summer league. You could learn a lot from this, and we seen Noah Clowney wasn't ready in the summer league. Do the same thing. If they're not ready, send them to the G League. If they ready, you know what I'm saying? We'll see in between the summer league and the preseason. And again, I became a fan of Cam Thomas because of the summer league, and he was the co MVP. So I'm saying that to say he was open. But Jay, how you feel about it? Then we're gonna go to Ice.
uh, I feel like, of course, we don't got no permanent roster spots for nobody right now. It seemed like so. If we can build a pool of talent and be able to pick from that pool, cool. But at the same time, do we even want to draft four people, or do we want to try to package them picks and move up, or maybe package them picks and try to get a better pick for next year's draft? It's a lot of options, and I think by having a lot of assets, you got a lot of flexibility to do a lot of different things. You just got to figure out a path.
Yeah. What about you, Aisha? How you feel about it?
Both comments is facts. I think we could sustain 5 because we got 5 picks in that draft, and they got. I said, dang, I think it was like 60 to 80 million free
Mm.
cap space, and really the only one that's really gonna make bread is your first, the one in the lottery, gonna make what, tops 5 6 mil, something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But after that, everybody else is lower, and you made the point. If you got summer league and they not ready, you will know. You know what I mean? You would definitely know. And the G is wide open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The G League is wide open. You got plenty of time. I already said, like, on my podcast, they done stashed players overseas before, never brought them over to this NBA. They played in the overseas. Why not stash players again? You know what I mean? Until they ready. Derek's still down there. He been down there for 2 years. We get little flashes of him. Do the same thing. As much talent as needed. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to
Mhm.
rush nothing. We building slowly right now. And one of those two guys or two of those guys could come up and you know what I mean? After they do what Drew Timmy did, drop 50 or something in the G League, you're like, oh yeah, he ready. You know what I mean? Bring him up. Why not?
Mm. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Shout out, hey, shout out to This Is JTV and me. Subscribe to all of us. Two, it says the direction with cap space, 1 year placeholders, commit long term or salary dumps. I think they do the same thing they did this season. Focus on the player development, and again, you want to see what Rose is going to be with who. And thus far, Cam Thomas has played alongside every teammate that he had and did his thing. They do his stuff. So my thing is, then you should expect that for whoever we draft, whether it be 4 players. Remember, young guys, DDJ, Cam Thomas was getting wrecked with DDJ, Ed Sumner. I'm just saying that to say he could play with a younger. He may not be the fastest player on the team, but he could still play with a young team. So look for him to score in transition. You could look for him to be able to run with these rookies that may or may not be on the roster, but let's say they are. You feel what I'm saying? So you could get these G League contracts. Don't commit to no free agency. We looked at the free agency. There's no reason for us to commit to long term or anything. Get salary dumps and get 1 year placeholders. Just do it one more game. How you feel about it, Ice? Then we're gonna go to Jay.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know what I mean? No need to hold nobody unless one of these guys like Cam long term get a big contract. Basically, anybody, there's nobody else to hold on the roster. You know what I mean, for a long time. So no long term commitments. You know what I mean? If you want to make a trade for somebody just to get
Besides
off
Cam Thomas,
salary,
let me say that. I don't want to confuse the chat. Besides Cam Thomas, sign him for.
you heard? Yeah.
And Cam, we trust.
Mhm.
Yeah, but ain't nobody
Yeah.
else here to keep really long term. You know what I mean? So salary dumps is cool. Keep the roster, keep the money open. You be under the salary cap till you're ready to bust a move, or one of these guys show up that you want to pay. You know what I mean? One of these young players that you feel like could be here for a long time. Other than that, yeah, just keep it like that. Same way.
Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. Jay, what? How you feel?
You asking me what I think they should do or what I think they're gonna do?
No, they saying what to watch. I mean, yeah, answer however you gonna answer. You know what I'm saying? Just the number two, and then
Well, the
however.
Nets is gonna keep swinging for the fence. So they're gonna look into Giannis and Ja and all of these dudes and see if they can make something shake.
Okay,
They
that's
they
fair.
going they gonna look around the league and see who's unhappy and see what they could do.
That's fair. I mean, I hope that don't happen, but it's they too unpredictable.
Studies show that's what the Nets do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's too unpredictable, and it shows that we didn't work. You know what I mean? So, okay.
But that's what I think they're gonna do. Because all this Giannis shit don't keep coming out by accident.
Nah, man. They really want that type of star. I don't know. If, I think they Breezy wanted to talk about that later, but the about what Sean Mark said about stars. If they was to trade for a star, what type of star they would have to be.
They want some all-star level talent. But I think you could do that and still get a good pick too. Like if you get whatever draft pick you get, and if they're gonna do that, they still find a way to trade with some of these other assets and get a star too to pair next to that person, and hopefully being able to keep Cam Thomas or Cam Johnson.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I don't think there's a world where you do both, but shit, you never know. Luca got traded for nothing. Well,
right.
for uh,
Was
I keep
something.
calling Anthony Davis nothing, but I just
Right.
say that because he's not. When you think about Anthony Davis, I don't think that's focused on longevity. And Luca is a player that is a franchise for your future.
Yeah, Anthony Davis healthy, one of the best in the league. Anthony Davis unhealthy is what everybody knows. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's how his
Right.
career is. But he said if they was to go after a superstar, they would have to be somebody that changes the franchise immediately. You know what I mean? Like if we trade for somebody, they have to be day one, make the team, take the team to another level. You know what I mean? Immediately. That's the type of person they're looking for. So that's why they think
But they
somebody
can
like
mean that about anybody, so I don't really trust that as a metric because they could say that about anybody for real.
true, true, true. I
But
don't
the
know.
only two people I could really see is Giannis and Ja.
Yeah, John not coming here. He on
Why you say
grenade
that?
time. He on grenade time. I don't think the Nets want the grenade boy over here. You know what I mean? After the pow pow, I thought that was the last chance he had to come to the Nets. He done switched it up with the grenade. The kids love that celebration. Anyways, I had a young boy on my TikTok saying he loved it. He was a Grizzly fan. He loved the celebration. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I think for the way that they want these guys, like Cam Johnson, Ja ain't like that.
Well, he might be do. I feel like he's doing that partly because he's pissed off with the NBA and or the Grizzlies as an organization. So he's
Mhm.
doing that to fuck with people.
And he might, but he could be out of there too.
Like
Anybody could be
like
out of
like
anywhere.
to make shit uncomfortable around here. Know what I mean?
Yeah, but that celebration would go crazy in the Barclays though if he was a net. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
if Ja became a net, and I put this theory out earlier. I know Breeze put the for entertainment purposes only under there, but
Uh,
I keep seeing big ass Ja Morant murals downtown, and I know
oh,
he's a fucking Nike athlete, so of course Nike gonna have billboards. But
uh,
they had one up by the Barclays for mad long, and now they got
mm,
one up downtown on Fulton Street. Big
mm,
ass Ja mural, like.
mm.
I could see him in Brooklyn.
Wow, I ain't know that.
This the second time.
You can see who in Brooklyn,
John Morant.
Ja Morant.
bro. He kicked up all that dust with Jordy Fernandez. That shit ain't happening.
Nah, competitors like that shit.
Jordy
Like
Fernandez ain't playing none of that shit,
if
bro.
if they are if they on the same team now, they gonna be like, yeah, we gonna put all that energy towards the opponents.
Bro, we not Jordy Fernandez. Know if John Morant come to Brooklyn, he know what it is, bro. You think John Morant coming to Brooklyn like he just gonna go home and play basketball? You see what type of time he on?
Wait. Speaking of what type of time you on with the coach, did you see that Isaiah Thomas was on getting on this nigga LeBron James about warming up
Bro,
without his shirt on?
I'm not giving that no light, bro. He Isaiah Thomas is straight hating, bro. He needs a girlfriend or something.
But Pete, so they show
No.
so somebody on Instagram was like, "Yo, he's talking about LeBron. Look what he was doing," and they showed a clip of him back in the day choking his coach.
Yeah, I
Guess
seen
Oh yeah,
guess
yeah,
who?
yeah. It's
But
going
guess who
on.
the coach was?
Who
That was
was it?
Mike Malone pops.
Oh man.
it.
I
Yeah,
I, I
Oh,
sent it to P, and P told me that. P, shout out to PSP in the kitchen sink, but P was like,
yeah.
"Yeah, that's Mike Malone pops getting choked out right there." I was like, "Oh shit."
Crazy work, bro.
But But I don't think none of them players would have choked out Mike Malone. He talked like he ain't with that shit.
Yo, player one. Yo, Drew Timmy and CT. You think Ja would take shots away from them, bro?
Yo,
um,
wait.
um, no, I don't think. The way this offense works, I don't think he. I don't think it work like that. You know what I mean? Ja might have the ball in his hands a lot, but you know what I mean. Can't nobody score like even him. He can score, but he don't score the
Nah,
way
nah,
Timmy
nah,
and
nah,
CT
nah, nah,
score.
nah.
You know what I mean?
If John Morant comes to this team, he is immediately number one option, captain of
Yeah.
the ship, numero uno, and he's taking shots away from everybody.
I
But
mean, yeah,
Cam's still going to or get his touches, and they're still going to get their touches. Obviously, it's a game of basketball, but
right.
Ja is automatically number one option if he came here.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think he's gonna take shots away. You know what I mean? Because you gotta think everybody else getting shots now, so it'd be him and CT like taking majority of the shots, and if Cam Johnson's still here, it'll be them three. You know what I mean?
Facts, facts, but that definitely taking shots away from Timmy if he said that.
Yeah, that's a
Th- See,
that's a level.
the thing about some of these big men, man, I feel like most of them don't even need legitimate shots, man. Get rebounds, man. That's
Yo,
where you
yo,
eat.
Jay.
That's where you eat. Get the rebound and get the putback. What's good, bro?
Yo, why did Isaiah Thomas choke his coach, bro?
I don't know.
You
You
found out
know?
three.
Cause I seen the clip y'all seen. It's like he stopped, refrained himself, but he had a bloody eyebrow. Like it was something that
All I
Oh,
was
that's
saying.
it. Oh, that
What?
that might have been when Karl Malone hit him with the elbow.
okay.
'Cause I remember Kenya Martin said that he got Karl Malone back for that.
Listen, all I'm saying is, and
Yeah,
all
I
I
seen
think
Kenya Martin say that. Yeah.
the video was saying, God damn it, if you gonna sit there and talk about professionalism just because somebody warming up with no shirt on, with the professionalism of you choking the shit out your coach. That ain't
Mm,
professional.
nah,
You talk
I
about,
just
oh, LeBron need to be fined. How much did you get fined for that? Should it have been more? Like,
nah, I think that those are, you know what I'm saying, those not tendencies of a professional sportscaster. Like the man is in practice. Like let him do whatever he doing in practice. Like you don't need to be telling him what he need to be doing in practice. Who are you, the practice police? Like get out of here. Like what are you even doing? Why you even saying all of that stuff? You trying to tell me ain't no other basketball to talk about besides that man without a shirt on?
I was
It's
gonna ask the
insulting.
question. Is that a normal thing? Has that really never happened before?
Bro, that's ridiculous.
Like,
The
I don't
fact
know.
that, bro, of course like, bro, these dudes is basketball players, bro. Like, that's
No, of
something
course,
that
but this
happens
the
in
NBA.
basketball. Like, you trying to tell me just because you in a gym, but the TV not even supposed to be on me. Like, what is you even doing? You trying to tell me I couldn't put the camera somewhere else? You got to put it on me while I'm, not I mean, taking jumpers. Like, you ain't got to do that. Who's the cameraman? Matter of fact. What's he doing? What he got going on? You know, put the cameraman in front of center, man. Put the
No,
cameraman front and center, man. Isaiah Thomas probably. Come on, man. What y'all
yo,
got
come
going
on,
on?
man. Or, yo, bro, these players got contracts and all of that shit. Maybe you're supposed to have your workout gear on. I
I
don't
got
know.
I got the
In
footage for it.
practice,
I got him talking about it right here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear it though from my phone.
Who talking about it?
Isaiah Thomas. Hold up.
he talking about what?
Coach Malone. Brendan Malone, one of my closest mentors, everything else, friends with the family, hired him like 2, 3 times. He said, whatever you want to do, take it out on me because I don't want you to get thrown out of this game. Foul on Cartwright.
Get the fuck out of here.
Isaiah in the eye, and Isaiah wants a piece of Cartwright, but Lame Beer plays peacemaker.
He said he want a piece of cornbread.
He said, whatever you want to do, take it out on me. So that's why he choked the coach. That's his excuse. Because
Yeah.
that's what he wanted to do to Karl Malone.
Bill Cartwright. Bill Cartwright, yeah, elbowed him in the eye. Bill Cartwright.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he
Cartwright.
said.
I heard
Bill
Cartwright was
Cart,
nice back in the day too.
he had a nasty looking jumper. I remember him. Bill
Mm.
Cartwright jumper was nasty looking.
So the coach said, "Take it out on me, bro. No way, no sir. Go fight Bill for that." You know what I
Yo,
mean?
Player One, stop this propaganda in the chat talking about you don't want no championship. Yo, you a half a Nick fan, so you would say that. Let me tell you something. Let me separate myself from these fans. I'm not just here to be entertained. If I want to be entertained, I will fucking do something entertaining. When I'm watching the Brooklyn Nets play basketball, I'm looking for how they can win, ways they can win, how I could say they got ways they could win, podcasts about ways they could win, so it could reach somebody that knows somebody that's 6 degrees from somebody that can help them win. I'm not watching the Brooklyn Nets to be entertained. If I'm watching them so because I want them to win. So again, this is no disrespect who just watch it for entertainment. I understand that it's a game, but I take this game very seriously. Basketball has changed my life. I love basketball, not only because it's a game, but because I go through real shit with basketball. It's there for me all the time. So that being said, nah, I got love for the fact that you want to be entertained, but I want to see the Brooklyn Nets win. That's all I'm trying to say.
Facts. But
Word, but
I
Leaf,
also
Leaf,
want to be entertained though. I ain't gonna lie. I do want to be entertained.
What the fuck is all
yeah,
this shit on
but
the screen?
Nigga, read,
this,
nigga.
Nigga, I'm on the
Already,
phone, nigga. I gotta zoom
Turn
in.
that shit sideways.
yo,
Nigga, turn it
yo,
sideways, nigga. You ain't the rock, nigga. Fuck you telling me turn it sideways. Fuck out of here.
Turn it
yo,
sideways and shove it up your Rudy food can.
Fuck you think you is?
Nah, that was funny. I ain't even take it that way. No, but when you turn your phone sideways, you can see it bigger.
nah,
yeah,
it's the off season. The off season look
He
for the
said
Nets.
you ain't the rock. That was funny.
yeah. I'm done, bro. I'm done. Y'all funny. But yeah, shout out to Lee for joining the panel. You know what I'm saying? Out here pushing content. Seen him on Chill with Chill earlier. Shout out to Easy. I seen him there too. Shout out to all of the Nets fan content creators doing the work. I'm gonna do my stuff, man. Yo,
Yo, how
listen,
close
man.
is you to 300, Leaf? We were shouting you out trying to get you to 300. How close are you to 300, bro?
I'm at 297 last I checked.
297. Yo, get them. Yo, 3 people in here sub up the Leaf. 300, man. Word.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna
But go
lie.
Right.
ahead,
Probably
B.
everybody up in here probably sub, bro. Like I gotta find a different subscriber base. I ain't gonna lie to
No,
you,
you
'cause
gotta put
Yo,
those clips out. You gotta put those clips out.
I do gotta put the clips out because I forgot what you was using Breeze the shit you told me about
The
StreamYard.
Munch.
Munch app.
Shoot.
the
Munch.
the, the
The Munch shit or the StreamYard?
yeah, I think it was the munch, yeah, the munch, the shit
Yeah,
to
Munch
do
is
the
more money though. And again, StreamYard is good. That's why I'm doing these 2 hour shows. And I don't even care if
okay
I go live after that, but it'd be too much good content not to clip up
shit.
these
That, yeah,
episodes.
nah, that's true, but that's shit. But yeah, I'm gonna get the shorts together because anytime I did the shorts, bro, like I think I did like 4.8 K on the damn SummerSlam on video with Roman Reigns and shit. So, but then until they flagged the shit, so oh man.
Yeah, you gotta come over to TikTok, brother. You gotta come over there with me. Me, you and
I'm on TikTok, but I'm not on it, bro. I'm like my girlfriend. She talked me into getting it. Just she could send me a whole bunch of crazy shit, whatever. Like with her nieces and nephews and shit, whatever. But uh,
I think content because I see Chilltown content over there too. I think your content over there it'll work. You know what I mean?
that
Yeah,
You
nigga
can
Chill
you
Town
quote.
can
heavy on TikTok.
No,
I ain't know that
no.
at
I was
first. I
about
just
to
know it from
say.
players
Yeah,
first.
facts. Your boy Chilltown and what's your other boy name? Breeze, the one you met up with in the city that
Big
came
Ox.
out. Ox,
yeah,
yeah, I was seeing they clips out of nowhere. Like I don't follow them or nothing like that. Shit was just coming on
yeah,
my. They shit got
the heavy,
50,000.
yeah, the
They
heavy
up one.
hitters over there.
Yeah,
Man, come
yeah.
Chill,
on,
They got
I think Chilltown like doing 90K on TikTok. Cause
yeah.
he do a morning show on TikTok or some shit. I think he go live on it, and
Man,
and
shout to
then
Chill, man. I wanted him to win that battle the other day, and he did
shout out
not win
to you.
that shit. And
that
I
was
was,
who he's going against?
I forgot. I just
He went
remember.
real
I
talk,
feel like
real
he
talk.
left. He
Oh
left a
yeah,
lot of shit on
right.
the table. Like even when he picked the
Mhm.
Joker starting five, like it felt like he was trying to be too nice. He wasn't being aggressive
He
at
wasn't.
picking the starting five. He just like, yeah, let me pick a decent one so he can
Austin
pick a
Reeves.
decent one.
When he said,
Right.
"Yo, just
I
my
think
the
he
way
said
every
Austin
time I
Reeves and Brunson or some shit
I
like
was
that.
like, what the
yeah
hell?
Like,
yeah I
why
was
would you
like,
put that
he got
backcourt
no
with them
defense.
niggas, bro? Like
Yo,
they
I'm mad neither one of them picked Dyson Daniels
which is
as
No,
one of
crazy to
their
me.
listen,
role
no,
players.
chill should have picked Dyson Daniels over Austin Reeves.
I
You
thought he
can't
was
be
going.
As
I
mad at
one of
thought he
their
was
you
role
can't be
going.
players.
mad at real talk picks. His
I thought
picks
he
is
was going.
dope.
Yeah, his picks was valid. I thought he was going to at least go with like Chill. Always go with Tatum. I thought he was going to go with like some of them Boston niggas like Tatum, Drew Holiday, and Derek White or some shit, and then go
Hmm.
with Dyson Daniels or something like that at the
Yeah, I'm
three.
surprised he
That's what I
didn't do
thought
it.
he was going to do. But shit, yeah, I put the shit on his mind. Um,
Shout out to
yeah,
Leaf. What's good with you, bro?
I'm just looking at this shit, bro. I'm just like. All right, I guess, man. This is it, man. This is what niggas want to do this off season. Fuck it. I mean,
I mean, listen, man. Again, like I said, I was just perusing Twitter. I really wanted to get to this Eric Slater video because he interviewed Kerry Kittles, and it's a dope interview, yo. Where I'm gonna get to it because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I gotta make these 2 hour clips.
He on the
Oh
clock.
man, what Claxton said real quick. Let's see what Claxton said. Nick Claxton on his back. He said, I still my neck and my back. He said, I still need to get right. It's still bothering me. We've got the whole off season. I was still able to play 70 games. That's a blessing being able to do that 3 years in a row. I don't take it for granted. So basically he's saying, yeah, I'm tough. You know what I mean? I played over 70 games, 3 games in a row. A lot of these players not doing that, you know what I mean? But y'all want to say a lot of shit about me, you know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of y'all players ain't doing that, you know what I mean? So
That's
so come to find out that nigga will do an injury the entire time.
yes, because I keep telling y'all about these back injuries, man. They ain't no game. And when you see a player underperform or not playing the same, like I said, you gotta realize that injury's probably still lingering. And he had an epidural for pain, so you know what I mean. He trying to push through that the whole season.
mhm.
My nigga, well,
It
yeah,
ain't
well, on
anything
top of
new.
the epidural, yeah, that shit is that shit is basically almost a death sentence, bro. Like if you just like laying out there, bro, like you're trying to will do 70 games. I'll be honest with you, bro. This is probably the perfect time to get rid of that nigga, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, listen. I'm not mad at that take. This is Zaire
I
Williams on
told y'all
free
niggas
agency.
last year, bro, not to get this nigga no 100 million. Now we fucked up in the hole.
Nah, I ain't tripping. Zion Williams, he said on free agency, he said, hopefully I'm back here. I feel like Brooklyn is the best place for me. I've made some lifelong friends and people who are called family and my brothers now.
Lifelong
See what I'm
in
saying?
a year, nigga.
I want
I
to
done,
keep
yeah.
my
And be
I
guys,
like
done
that.
man.
came
The
up,
junkyard dogs need to
put
stay
my game
together,
on the
man.
line.
Like, of course, we need to add
Zaya's
some
Zaya's the
pieces.
only nigga that I like from start to finish, bro. Like on his team, bro. Like I'll be honest with you, nobody else. Everybody else was just like here and there, but Zaya's the only person I was like,
No,
I
nah, y'all wasn't in par shit yesterday. Yesterday in par shit, nigga said that Ace Bailey, his floor is Zaya Williams. Like that's who. If
His
he if
partner.
he don't turn out to be what everybody's expecting to be, he gonna be Zaya Williams.
I ain't listening to that shit, man. That nigga floor is Brandon
Yeah,
Ingram, man. Fuck out of here. I don't know what he talking about.
I
That's what
think
he
Um,
somebody,
said.
you got to realize it is who
I
And
drafted
it
say,
him.
I
wasn't
say, I
Pod who
say.
said
Listen,
that,
no, hold on. Let
obviously.
me say
Y'all
this.
know Pod
Hold on.
wouldn't have said that.
Hold on. If we get a top 3 pick, Jordy Fernandez gonna make him an all-star in the first 3 years in the NBA. I'm telling you, bro. This Jordy Fernandez and his coaching staff is probably top 5 in the NBA right now. And I'm saying probably number 5
Top five in the NBA and what?
All right.
player development.
You
Nigga,
All right,
sure?
so put it
you
like
sure,
this. Put it like this.
nigga?
Put
That's
it
a
like this.
bold claim. That's a
Did you
bold
watch the
claim.
other 29 teams, my nigga?
Listen,
What the fuck?
listen. The player development, far as last teams on the roster. When you look at the teams that's going to get those draft picks in front of the Brooklyn Nets, maybe, perhaps, Jordy Fernandez up there, bro. And we've seen proof of it.
Up
We've seen
there,
Zion
what,
Williamson,
bro?
Keon
I don't
Johnson.
think we've seen enough proof.
We
I
didn't
don't
see
think we.
my nigga.
I
It's
don't
been
think
a year, bro.
Right. I don't think we got a big enough sample size to say all that. But if that's how you feel based on what you've seen, I ain't mad at the assessment because
Bro,
I
he
feel like he
made Tucson a household name, man. He made
Mm.
I gotta
a
get the
nickname
yeah.
for
Let me
Keon
that's a
Johnson.
little
out of
bit
here.
of a reach,
All
but I
right.
fuck with Tucson from Walmart.
All
That's
right,
my
all
nigga.
right. Come on, man. Listen, if we doing this shit for 2 hours, can we not go crazy, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, this shit is ridiculous.
Why not? Let's go. Sometimes you gotta go crazy a little.
Nah, bro. Like, cause listen, I agree.
bro.
Listen, I agreed to keep my cool, man. But y'all niggas, man, to be pushing me, bro.
All right,
This
nah.
shit-
How about
right?
how about next stream? We just gonna have a push Leaf button stream. Just say shit to make
Yo.
Leaf
Yeah,
crash
you
out.
gotta get the button for it, Jay. You get the
Yeah.
whole
I did
sound
hear-
for it,
I
make
did
it
hear-
sound.
The niggas just say the button, man. Fuck a button, bro. Like, you talking about like the hell is this? These
Nah,
niggas.
but hold up though.
What
I
you
did
mean,
hear.
bro? It's
did
fair to
hear
say
Cause
that.
bro, you
Hold
always
on,
telling
hold
us
on.
what's
No,
gonna make you
hold on.
crash out, what
But
we
no,
need to
hold on,
move
Jay.
on from.
This the shit that
Hold on.
Easy be
Hold on,
talking about,
hold
bro.
on.
Y'all niggas be.
It's fair to say that Keon Johnson did not have a jumper in the beginning of the season. But towards the end
He
of the
still don't.
Come on, son, you lying.
I'm
That
not.
nigga shot 38% from the field. What are y'all looking at?
In
Bro.
totality, if you look at it month by month, you'll see the increase in his.
That shit did not rise.
Okay, we're gonna
Bro,
see.
you seen him hit 5 threes in the game.
And I seen him turn
Multiple
around the next
times.
10 games, my nigga, and shoot 20%.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah?
Nah, not these
He's
past
saying that
couple
with the
weeks.
weed in his voice. He like, nah.
I'm talking about the past couple weeks. You say that you watch these games. Do you really listen to music or do you just skim through it? Are you really watching the games or are you just saying shit at the screen? Like, because if you're watching the games, you see that Keon can shoot.
Oh my God. Do I got
And
he
even if you don't
cannot
want to
shoot.
wait, even if you
I
don't
can't
want to say he
believe
could
this
shoot,
dude.
but you got to see that he's improved in shooting from the
I'll
beginning
leave you
until the
saying
last
that
couple
black
weeks when he was
word.
shooting.
It's still in the shitter, bro.
Bro,
He still got games, my
hold
nigga,
on.
where he'll shoot fucking 8 for 25 or 2 for fucking 15. Those games is all
You just
over the
keep
place.
bringing up
well,
negativity.
part of that is because he shouldn't be the number one option on the floor.
You ain't giving me nothing but excuses. All I gave you is facts with the numbers, bro. Like, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's
because
not there.
your numbers is
What-
bullshit.
The
Erroneous.
numbers is real shit, bro. What
Nah,
else?
the numbers is bullshit.
How is the numbers bullshit, nigga? They on the board, nigga. What else are you going off of?
Because, bro, as soon as the
You
nigga
going off of him going one
if-
game
No,
out
no,
of
no, no,
out
no,
of the
no,
next
no.
15 going off,
Because
bro.
I'm gonna tell you how it's bullshit. Because if somebody is telling you about how somebody improved in shooting throughout the year, and you respond with what they shot for the year, you're ignoring the whole question. So it's bullshit.
Facts.
Like, unless you're saying what their shooting percentage was in October, and then what it is now, and it's lower, then that means they didn't improve. But what you're saying is bullshit, and not to say it like that, but
No,
you
I'm not saying bullshit. You talking about month to month.
Leaf.
That's how you assess improvement.
Bro, what you listen? Hold on, listen. This is what I'm saying. Don't do this because I'll pull up the crock pot and put your whole take in it. Now the point is this: you said what you said, and what I said was that this player development based on Jordy Fernandez, and the proof is Keon Johnson has shot the ball better. And now we pulling up, whether I'm right or wrong, contingent on the stats. Not who yell loudest, not who's talking the most.
This nigga went from
But the
27% to
but the
40%,
statistics,
bro. And y'all
right?
niggas,
October.
This is
So hold on.
your idea
It's
of
50%. It's a
Hold
50%. You
on.
can't read.
Before you really cut me
that's
off,
5 games, my nigga, bro. That ain't a big enough sample size.
That's
Try
in
again.
April.
Before you really cut me off, let me finish, please. In October, 4 games, 27%. November, because of the schedule is only 4 games. November 37%. Call it what you want. That's 10% jump. That's just the facts, not my
We
opinion.
missing a lot of context in this.
Listen,
But go
listen.
ahead.
I'm just mentioning the
No, what
facts, not
happened?
the
You
opinion.
just said that the numbers don't lie.
No, you missing a lot of context, bro. I ain't even get to my second point. First off,
When
you
I
Bro,
got
was
no,
bringing up
bro, stop.
context, you
Don't get
saying
to
that's
your point because you keep
excuses.
cutting me
Is it
off. I'm not
excuses
letting
or
you
is it
get to your point
context?
because you keep cutting me off. Like, and
go
my
ahead,
thing
finish
is,
this
you
shit
talking about,
so
you
I can
saying,
shoot this shit down. Go ahead.
bro, again, you're going to shoot regardless. But the point is, you won't stop talking while I'm talking. My point is this. Your point is wrong because the stats show that your point is wrong. You said it's only 38%. You sneeze at what he's doing. But the point is that it got better. So for you to say that player development isn't there or you don't see it from Jordy Fernandez, you're wrong for saying that. And we called you out on it, regardless of whatever you're going to say of it. We've seen a
Improvement.
significant improvement in Zaire Williams, catch and shoot, and Keon Johnson. So I don't know what I don't even know what you debating.
I already gave all I'm gonna give for Zaire, bro. Like you listen, I'm not on the fence about nothing about Zaire. This ain't a Zaire topic. This is a Keon Johnson topic. First off, y'all niggas didn't even decipher the makes and attempts. How many of them shits is actual jump shots and how many of them shits is actually at the basket? That's number one. Y'all didn't do that.
I said from
And
the
it's shot
field.
charts to do it. I could
Why
go
would I
straight to
want to do
I could go
that?
straight to stat moves and see that nigga whole shot chart for the year.
You ain't gotta do all that, right? The point is,
I seem like I do because y'all hell bent on trying to make me a liar, and I know I'm not.
Nah, hold on, because I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say what it is. Jordy said he want the guys to get 1% better. You know what I mean? If Keon went up 1% better, that's what he wanted him to do. And I done heard around the NBA that Jordy is done a fabulous job with his team compared to what he had on the roster. He did a fabulous job. So Breezy saying like top 5, I don't know top 5, but he did do a good job because he's playing with G Leaguers. And you can't, if you say these dudes didn't get better this season compared with they had us winning 17 games, 16 games this season, and we shot past that, and everybody says because of Jordy, right? It's not because of the players, it's because of his coaching. Then you can't knock him. You know what I'm saying? He did a good job with the fellas. And the story, 1%.
Yeah, just to let you know, Ice Month, but a good portion of them wins came with Struder when Struder and Cam Thomas was healthy. Just to let you know.
Played by themselves, bro.
What's wrong with that? That's hold up.
I'm pretty sure Tyrese Martin was on the roster. I'm pretty sure
Struder and Cam Thomas is who they expected to get them 16 wins.
Yeah, My point exactly, bro. The rest of these niggas might have accounted maybe for 8 or 9. The niggas that you talking about that improved, bro, they might have accounted for 8 or 9. Bro, Struder is the nigga that we traded. And he was and him and Cam Thomas was arguably top 5, one of the best backcourts in the beginning of the season. Tell me I'm lying.
Know your facts. But you also
and the front office said we gotta get them out of here. We can't have the best backcourt in nothing, man.
Games, you making a point, right?
Yeah, I'm making a point to them. The niggas that y'all talking about that's improving at 1%. Okay, Jordy wanted them to prove by 1%. Me, right. I'm a totally different critic. Totally different, bro. That 1% shit, bro, like that y'all are happy about, and it's all of this dynamics that Breezy put up on the screen. That's fine. All I'm saying is, bro, the shit is still missing context because we can't decipher how many of them shits was actual jump shots and how many of them shits was actually at the basket. Because we all know Keon Johnson got a quick first step and he can get 2 feet in the paint.
It say right there in April and. In March and April, he shot 37% from 3. That ain't nothing to sneeze at.
Right. That means he got better. Yeah, I mean, he got better. At the end of the day, Jordy coached. I mean, he got better.
Man, we just need Leaf. We need your takes to get 1% better every day, man.
Bro, my takes is on my takes got 100% better. Excuse you, bro.
Take the Jordy Fernandez. Don't do it. Take the Jordy Fernandez method. Let your takes get 1% better every day.
I'm not taking the Jordy Fernandez method. You ain't gotta work with me. I'm already on point. Y'all niggas is not seeing the shit that I'm seeing, bro. I'm looking at
Oh
shot
man.
chart. I'm looking at shot selection. I'm looking at shot profile. Y'all see this shit
Bro,
on the
no,
screen, bro, and y'all
the
thinking
point
it's
is
automatic
that
fucking.
Jody Fernandez is a good player development coach. That's my point. What's your point?
Yeah, that's Breezy point.
And I never denied that, bro. You with this
Oh, well,
top
you keep
five.
saying I'm off point. I just made my point.
Yeah, okay, fine. You made your point, and I didn't disagree with the point of, bro. That top five shit. Then you was just like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Let me jump off the top rope. Fuck it. He top five. Not
Yeah,
like, bro. You ain't see what Detroit just did, bro. These niggas lost 28 games last year. They got JB. Now they niggas is 7 games over 500. What are we doing?
Okay. You can say he better than Jody Fernandez with Kay Cunningham and etc. Fine, go ahead.
Come on, bro. Mike Dalganoff, bro, from the Thunder just
so
had a
wait.
historic
All right,
season
so let me ask you
with
this
20
though.
year olds. What
All
are we
right, let me
doing?
ask you this though.
Yeah.
Kenny
Lee-
Atkinson, nigga, who got to the Cavaliers and did what he was supposed to do over here. He never asked to leave.
But
Jared
what would
Allen
they
never
have
asked to
done with the
leave.
Nets
That's
though?
three. That's three.
What would they have done with the Nets? Forget what they did with all of the top talent that y'all keep saying that this team don't have. What they would have did without the top talent.
What they would have did with 4 G League contracts.
Nigga, we saw what Kenny did. Kenny is not on trial. We saw what Kenny did, bro,
Well,
over
I
here by
told you
nigga.
No, I'm saying
before.
you named 3
Wait, I
coaches.
told y'all
We
That's
saw
before.
what Kenny did. I don't even know why that's a
It took
question.
Kenny Anderson 3 years to get to where y'all wanted him to be. That team, it took him at least 3 years to get there. So it's not like he did that in the first year. Just like Jody Fernandez shouldn't be held up to either.
Look, that's all well and good. All I know is, bro, like these niggas got in on the job. I'm talking about niggas that got in on the job. Kenny Atkinson got in on the job, bro. And I know y'all want to give me shit about the Cavs had all stars. This and that. These niggas, Donovan Mitchell was the only all star over there, bro. Evan Mobley, bro, didn't turn into nothing that he turned into this year in terms of last year. Jared Allen, bro, was
right.
still top 10, but he got that nigga over the hump
Darius
with
Garland
20.
wasn't an
Nobody
all-star?
taking
Yes, he
nothing
was.
away from Kenny Atkinson. I say he top 5. You name 3 other coaches. What the other 2?
Come on, bro. What are we doing, bro? Like,
I just say name other
didn't the
coaches.
nigga
Hold up.
I
And
say
he didn't
I say
say
he
coach
top
of the
5. You
year,
name
top
3
five. He
coaches.
said
Yeah.
top 5 player
So,
development.
right.
top 5? I'm giving you niggas that just got a
That's
job.
3 guys. You
We
name 3
didn't we didn't
people.
even
You
talk
name
about
3 people.
what this nigga's doing with the Lakers. Hit first year on the job. Top 3
Jason, but he
seed.
got nah,
Bro, he
but
got
what
LeBron
what are you
James and
talking
Luka
about?
in his
Like
team,
Yo,
bro.
bro, that's what I'm
Like,
saying, bro. What would
you love
JJ
giving
Redick
credit
have
to
done with four
other
G
guys,
League
man.
But
contracts?
y'all not looking at the rest of the roster, bro. Like Austin Reeves, bro, like it's going fucking nuts.
Bro,
yeah,
he in
but
his
we are
second
looking
year
at the
next to
rest of the roster. That's
LeBron.
why he's saying that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
He
like
saying?
in
what?
his second
These
year
Yo,
next
niggas,
see,
to
this
LeBron, and
why
you
this
giving
why I
that
asked you
Everybody,
which
you're
bro,
team
giving
y'all,
that
makes you
credit
bro,
want
to
to
y'all,
feel
Shaq.
we
better,
just
Lee.
talking, bro. We just talking. Are we talking about coaches? Because like y'all niggas is like, oh, what the
No,
roster
no,
look
no.
like, or what the
nah, we
players look
talking
like,
about
Bro,
or
our
what
niggas
what
we
the
no.
talking about.
organization is. Well, what
Nah,
they
we
got
talking
all
about
Bro,
stars. Come
Jordy,
on,
no.
bro.
No,
Jordy
you
Fernandez.
Y'all
know
No,
just
what
giving
that's
me
you're saying, what we
excuses,
no
doing.
bro.
that yo.
No, what
See,
These
about
look,
what
niggas
you
got in
doing?
on the job and they
yo,
coached.
why is you
What
so
about
one
what you
sided,
doing?
bro? Because when you say something, it's context, but when we say it,
Exactly.
it's excuse. But when you say it, it's
Exactly.
not an excuse. But when we say it, it's
Exactly. We
context.
on to
Like,
your
what are you
shit,
talking
man.
about, Leaf?
Right. And my point is that you want to ignore giving credit to LeBron James and giving it to JJ Redick for what Austin Reeves is doing. Like it's second to so JJ Redick coaching is second to LeBron James playing next to Austin Reeves. I'm not buying what
Fine. You
you're
don't.
saying.
If you don't want to give him that, bro, don't give him that. Fine,
I'm
bro.
not saying he ain't a
Let's.
good coach, but I'm saying as far as player development, he's not in that situation.
Fine.
He's player developing players right now for real.
Okay, fine. If you want
Or
to
is
say that,
Jordy
that's fine,
Fernandez
bro.
doing that? No,
We
don't try to give JJ Redick his jacket. That's Jordy Fernandez jacket. Go get your own jacket. Your jacket is chasing the championship. That's why they got Luka. They chasing 5. You already agreed to that. Like that's what they doing over there. They ain't player developing nobody. If they thought they had to player develop somebody, they getting them gone.
And if
fine.
and before you came on the stream, I did shout out JJ Redick, just talking about the fact
Yeah.
that he made a better first year player coach than Steve Nash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what we
Like,
talked
and
about.
if you want to
Yeah.
compare them, that's like a similar situation, and you see what JJ Redick is doing with it, and what Steve Nash did with it. But to bring that up in a Jordy Fernandez conversation don't make sense.
Fine.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
what
Fine.
I'm saying.
Then I'm eliminated. And forget I even said JJ Redick, bro. Like
So what's the other three?
we ain't even
I mean,
talk
what's
about
the
the niggas that was borderline not even supposed to make the playoffs. Chicago just made wonders with Josh Giddey in his first year.
bruh, that coach been there for 6 years, man.
And
Oh
they
my
got
god.
Josh Giddey as kind of a steal, man,
Right, like,
because his name was down at the time.
bruh, the dude been there 6 years. He had Kobe
So
White
so
for
what
mad long. They got
what's
hired.
the
Hold on,
criteria? What we
hold
talking
on.
about first year
Listen,
niggas, bro? What's
listen,
the
listen,
criteria, bro?
listen. What I'm saying is player development and what coach is doing what. And when it come down to the Chicago Bulls, they that Kobe White, they've been not giving him the minutes that he deserved because of DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. He finally, behind Lonzo Ball and those other two players I just mentioned, he finally getting the minutes that he deserved. I'm not giving Donovan no credit for his player development when they drafted our draft picks and they didn't do
That nigga
nothing with
wait,
it.
hold up. Billy
Wait,
Donovan still a coach
I
Bro,
in
don't think so.
Chicago?
I don't know, but
I
I
I
could
need
could have
to.
give
sworn they
Now
got
I
rid
don't
of that
even know
nigga.
now.
I could disagree a little bit because I could give their coaching staff a little bit of credit only because it seems like they are bringing up like the
Got a whole
dude
new roster
Bucelis. Bucelis, where the fuck they got him from? And I don't know
out of the
where.
draft.
Well,
Out
he's
of the
kind of
draft.
nice, even though
And
he,
actually he was
he was
playing in the
the
G League.
he was the worst dunk contest contestant I've
Contestant.
ever seen in history.
G
I don't know
League.
how he
But
got up in
he
that
could
shit.
ball though.
Yeah, he
The
could.
kid could ball, and Kobe White, whoever decided to give him more minutes and let him start running the team a little bit more, and the fact that they traded Debo and the other kid
They traded Debo and Zach,
and still
and
kind of did
Caruso.
their thing. They
And Caruso
arguably
and
did
ended up
better.
in the play-in, bro. Like
Yeah, they
I don't know how
arguably
that's
did
not a
better without
plus.
them niggas.
Yeah, I don't know how that's not a plus. They traded three top. They traded three niggas that they were supposed to build around. Caruso was an all defensive team. Zach LaVine was an all star. DeRozan was an all star, bro. Like, and they got rid of all three of them niggas and somehow still made the goddamn play-in.
Yeah, because they said they wanted Josh Giddey. He plays the style of basketball they want to play. And he's doing exactly what they wanted him to do. And they knew Kobe White was on the come up because he be hooping. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they just drafted Buzelis, who was played
Man,
in the
I
G.
wanted
You
Josh
know what I mean?
Giddey on this team until they started calling him Josh Kitty, and then I'm like,
Yeah, nah.
I'm like,
It
I'm
was a
I'm
lot of
cool on him.
allegations going in
I'm
there,
cool on
bro.
him after that, but
Yeah.
Right.
But
And,
like
all right.
who else
And so
we didn't even talk about Portland, bro. Like the nigga
hold
Chauncey
on.
got them niggas
Ho-
hooping.
Listen, because they not significant in this conversation because of why we having this conversation in the first place. It's
why?
about who's going to get the draft picks and why they should come to the Brooklyn Nets. And again, the Utah Jazz, you think about their coach, I don't even know who he is, to keep it real.
It's Will Hardy.
Washington Wizards, that's the Brian Keefe. He used to be assistant coach for it. Charlotte, and he was with OKC as well. Charlotte Hornets, again, not somebody that, again, they got LaMelo Ball, they got Brandon Miller. I haven't seen any strides that make me feel like they should get the top talent over us, the Brooklyn Nets. The New Orleans Pelicans, Willie Green, he was coach of the year the first time he was a rookie head coach. I got really nothing to say about him outside of the fact he did not capitalize on having Brandon Ingram and the players that he had around him on the same team. 76ers, we all know their story. I always remind y'all already know what it is. The Brooklyn Nets are the clear choice. Jordy Fernandez should get a top tier talent over all of these teams that's mentioned. And that's why these teams are in the conversation because they got worse record than the Brooklyn Nets. Other
That's
than
why I
that,
said we getting number one, man. And y'all keep
well,
saying 3, 6, 9, and all this shit. That's
Hey,
why I think
And niggas keep going to tankathon. I ain't with that shit, bro. We getting the number one pick, and don't ask me again.
I agree with you, Leaf. Like you be saying a lot of shit that makes sense sometimes. That's why I be filtering through the shit that don't.
he said sometimes. But yeah,
mhm.
when I was on TikTok today and the other day, all the net fans that came on said they believe we get in the top three. You know what
I
I
ain't
mean?
gonna lie, this nigga Jay had me bugging out when he threw that Drew Timmy accusation up in there, bro. Like I'm this
No,
nigga
but
said, yo,
look,
we
that shit
today
is funny.
we playing Drew Timmy, bro, so we could get a Caucasian fan base.
But
Yo, bro,
I
look,
thought
that shit
no,
is
that
funny.
has some
That shit
motion.
is funny, and I'm laughing because I'm joking for real. But you don't think
But
if
but you
look,
made sense out of a
no,
joke.
because look, think about it. Look what I'm about to say. They've been scouting fucking Rutgers talent all year because
Yeah.
that's what they've been thinking about getting 2 or 3. One of them two trying to finagle that somehow. But what about if they've been told they getting number 1 and they like, damn, do we get Cooper over one of those two? Like, what would the fans think? Like, how would we? And they might want to check that out right quick and see
Yeah.
because we ain't had a good white guy on this team in a minute.
You
And
know
you
Yeah.
what?
know,
You
Not
know
that.
what, Jay? Everything that you said in terms of the timeline made sense because all year, whatchamacallit been going to Rutgers games and we've been scouting Rutgers players and Nike and usually Nike athletes end up over in this area, but towards the end of the year,
Cooper pulled up.
something happened. But yeah, Drew Timmy ended up in rotation. Mad Caucasian fan base started coming out, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold
But
up.
look, remember
Did the NBA just tap
Sold
us
out.
on the shoulder?
Cooper and Duke pulled up to the Nets practice facility at
They
some
did.
time during that too. And remember
They
Cooper took
did.
that picture, and I remember
Yep.
he had the Brooklyn background for a minute.
Yep.
hmm
He did.
some motion there, yo. And I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like at the end of the day, Keith Van Horn, he was a good Nets player. You know what I mean? Say what you
And
want
and,
about
and
him.
Nigga Keith Van Horn he
Bree-
had a good
Breezo.
first 3 years, and that nigga was turned into shit.
Remember when I told y'all that KD and Kyrie was coming to the Nets because KD sold his house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I be having an
I
inside
remember that.
scoop sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Y'all
I
reminded me.
remember that.
Kevin Garnett himself said the NBA itself ain't had a cold white boy in a minute. So you know what I
hmm
mean? Hoop is the newest cold white boy going along with
Listen,
And to
listen,
have him
hold on.
in Brooklyn might be a thing, bro.
Listen. I just
And
want to put
Brooklyn
this
only
on your mind.
5 hour drive from
Keith,
Maine, bro. Like he could go right
listen,
back home.
Yo, wait,
Keith
time out.
Van
Funny
Horn.
as shit.
Hold on, Keith
Did y'all
Van
know
Horn
that?
averaged
Oh,
19.7, 6.6 boards, bro. That's nothing,
what you said? How much?
scoff at. 19 points and 6 boards, closer to
His
20 and 7.
his career
that was
or
my
first year?
guy.
His first 3 years, he was averaging
No,
like
as
20
a
and
rookie.
9.
As a rookie,
Yeah,
that was his, that,
yeah, he was
Okay.
averaging
My
20 and
guy.
9 his first
Yo,
three
y'all know
years.
Ace got a twin brother? I mean, Cooper got a twin brother named Ace?
Yeah, he do. I know
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
He's
I
not
did
as
not
good.
know that.
But yeah, he got
He
twin brother.
Yeah, he
He
do
he
got
was
something.
hooping. He
I
was
didn't know
hooping
that.
at when they played in the high school that they played at with
Yeah,
Queen and all them. He was hooping
yeah.
with them.
I mean, bro, like Brooklyn is only a 5 hour drive from Maine, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, that shit is
Yeah,
right there.
he want to stay close to his brother. If
Yeah,
he can't get on the Celtics, so he can go to Brooklyn.
because they damn sure Celtics would have damn sure got him if they was in the shitter. I'm certain of that.
Brooklyn go crazy. I see you. Yeah, you did say it on the talk. You did hit me up and say that. You know what I'm saying? Chop it up. 1, 2, or 3. That's what he said we getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm listen. Give me one. It looked like that Bucks pick gonna be like 19 or 20. That's what it
Yeah,
looked
19,
like.
20.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
I'm
like
not.
just like Leaf said, they're gonna be like, "Yo, man, you want the number 1 pick? You gonna do the right thing, right? Because if
Yeah,
not, if you don't do the right thing, you could get number 2 or 3. But if you get number 1, you gotta do the right thing, and
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
white thing.
I nah.
Yeah.
I did look at yeah. Just a sidebar. I did look at Fleming. Fleming. I like Fleming, bro. Fleming versatility at 3 and 4 is solid for real, bro. For real, though. I mean, I think he kind of jack of all trades, man. Type of player, Swiss Army knife type of player, bro. Like it seemed like he gonna be okay at a little bit of everything, bro. Like physically, bro. Like he could move people around,
Huh?
things like that. Like he could do throw the shoulder around a little bit, man. He could do some things, but I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like Sorba seemed like he might end up in that spot, in that 19th, 20th spot. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like the more the more and more I watch Danny Wolf, bro, the more and more I'm starting to become sold. I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas, bro. Like that
They
nigga
in the
there.
same, they kind of in the same range.
Yeah, Danny Wolf is in that like from 20 to like 23 range.
Yeah.
They got him from that. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like Danny Wolf is like really like his game is really moving me, bro. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. His game is really, really moving me, bro. Like it ain't too.
Hey,
Come on, bro. Like I mean, I get the whole big man shit, but man, we could find a big sloppy nigga any other time, man. Grab
nah,
this
but
nigga up.
nah, but what I was saying, right? When you look at the draft board and you look at where our draft picks at, right? You and I say all the time, it's not easy to just go down the list and just draft, but the range that these guys are in and the range that the picks are in, you can possibly. Oh, they got Rashae at 20. You can at your if our pick is 20, you could probably get Wolf if he's not off the board. Sorba's at 18 right now. Rashae's at 20. Danny Wolf at 21. But the way our picks are, you could get one of these guys. If you move up, you might be able to get both of them. You know what I mean? And still draft the center in the second round of the draft because they got 5 picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that, but if I'm moving up, bro, I need to get me somebody with like a skill set, bro, that's hard to find, bro.
Not
Like
well.
I mean, I'm looking at Sorba and I'm looking at Fleming. I'm like, man, come on, man, we could draft these niggas anytime in the draft, bro. Like, come on
Nah,
now.
you can't though, and that's the thing. You can't, right? So the closest person to Rashae
Bro,
Fleming is
we in the next draft, bro. Like with our own picks, I'm solid. I'm positive, bro. We could find two niggas that could do the same shit in next year's draft, bro.
maybe, because
And we trying to tank another season any damn way, bro.
yeah.
So like,
So
what's the
I'm just saying,
point?
I'm just pointing out to you, like in this draft right here, Yaxel Lindenborg is the only person that's close to Rashae Fleming. There's
Y'all
just them
tanking
two.
ass niggas.
You know what I mean? And Danny Wolf
I
is
mean,
the only person in this
just
draft like that.
you?
You know what I mean?
All
Danny is
right,
by
Jay, you
himself.
want to win?
You know what I mean?
Find us one of these. Go get that nigga John Morant. Tell him we out of the
Yeah, I'm
gate.
about to. Yo, bro, John Morant, Cooper Flag, and Cam Thomas, man, and we going to the moon.
And we going to them. I mean, I guess that Giannis situation is out the door, but I'm all
Nah,
right
we
with
got
John
time for
Morant.
the interview breeze or what, man? We got time for that interview or what?
John
Josh,
Morant in the backcourt. John Morant is a hothead, man.
yeah, man,
I
that's
don't
what
know
we
if he
You
makes
need.
the
don't say,
great
man.
team.
I hate
Look
bringing
at
this
this. Look at this.
conversation up, man.
Listen,
John
That nigga,
Morant
listen,
is a
Breezy don't
hothead,
want
and
none of these
Cam
niggas, bro.
Thomas is
Like
cool, calm, and
listen,
collected. So
Breezy don't want none of
together,
these
they're
niggas,
gonna
bro.
be
That's why I don't
even
like having this
kill.
conversation, bro. Like,
listen,
like
listen,
Hold
listen.
up, you ain't hear that,
Listen,
Breezy?
listen. Hold on. If we just
They
learning from
balance out.
history, listen. If we learn from history, it's the same thing Deron Williams did. Came here, he had good numbers. He put up good numbers for himself, but we wasn't a winning ball club. And my point is, the coach got fired right before he came here. Fair to say?
I mean, yeah, it is, my nigga. But what about what? I could reverse that by saying, bro, what happened when Jay Kidd got here? Come on, bro. Like we
Jay
acting like we ain't never
Fernandez ain't
found
getting
That's
success
not
in
the
fired.
a
same.
trade.
That's not the same thing. Deron Williams got Jerry Sloan fired. Then he came here
Why are we bringing up Darren Williams, my nigga? Like, come on, bro.
because John Morant was on a situation where his coach just got fired. Then he gonna
So
come
that
here.
means he could come here because he got his coach fired. That's a good. I fuck with that.
Listen,
So,
how you
so,
gonna listen to that? Listen to
so
that.
I guess Joker
Listen,
got
listen,
Mike
listen,
Malone
listen.
fired, right?
He could
Listen,
come here too, but that's
listen.
unrealistic.
Listen, first off, Jokic not gonna come here for one. For two, what I'm saying is this: John Morant is going to have this situation where the coach get fired, so they don't have no coach, and now the star player that they drafted, number 2, is just gonna leave. That's nasty work. Why we want to be in that mix?
It's nasty work for them, not for
what
us.
star? Wait, hold up. What star
Basketball
player you
gods to
talking
frown
about?
upon such a thing.
What star player you talking about,
When
though?
the basketball guys put a gift on your doorstep, you don't send it back.
Cause I'm pretty sure
John Morant is not on our doorstep.
I'm pretty sure when
No, I
Jason
said
Kidd,
if it happens.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure when Jason Kidd was in Phoenix before he got to the Nets, my nigga, it was a lot of coach moving around over there too. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know the history behind it, bro. They just ignore that shit. But like, come on, bro. Like, well, niggas, bro, we gonna find success in one goddamn trade, bro. That shit won't kill us. One trade, man, to pair up with some of these young niggas, man, to get them over the ropes, man. Show them what winning is about, bro. That will not kill us.
Bro, I don't think
Who's the equivalent to Jason Kidd coming to this team?
Who's
John
the
Morant,
equivalent?
we just said.
Exactly. Hold on. And
That's the
let me say this. Let me
closest.
say this. Hold on. Let me say this. When I was listen, first and foremost, I'm listening. I'm getting what I'm saying from Kerry Kittles, and that's why I wanted to show y'all the Eric Slater interview. Basically, what he was saying, Kerry Kittles, was that Marbury was here and he was putting up numbers, but he wasn't a pass first point guard, and it didn't make the team better by him playing that way. He said, as soon as Kidd came here, he made the team better. Got more open shots, got easier lanes to the basket, etc. and so on. Jason Kidd made the game easier for his teammates. Does John Morant do that?
Yes,
make
by
the game
1,000.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
1,000%. Yes.
1,000%. My
Jason
nigga,
Kidd?
Memphis is a constant
Jason
winning
What
team.
I'm
My nigga, when he's healthy, what we talking about?
Bro,
you
if
gotta
John
think about it
Morant
like
comes to
this.
this team,
In
you
the
don't know the type of
Hold
gravity John Morant bring.
Hold on before y'all jump on the John Morant train. Does he got defense like Jason Kidd?
No, I mean, no, but Jason Kidd is the best. We talking about the best point guard defender ever, arguably, bro, outside of
no, hold on. These are all of the attributes that he brought to the Brooklyn Nets. And I'm just saying, y'all talking about John Morant to the Brooklyn Nets, and I'm just saying, do he bring the same attributes as Jason Kidd? And the defense
Of
is
course not. He's not Jason Kidd. He don't bring the same attributes. You said, does he, the other things you just said, does he bring the spacing? Does he bring whatever you just said before that? The answer to everything was yes.
So hold on.
The answer to like all the other teammates and sharing the ball, he bring that.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever that whole soliloquy was before that, the answer was yes.
You gotta look at it like this. Ja is unguardable. Jason Kidd was he was just too fast. He was unguardable. You know what I'm saying? When you unguardable, you open up the floor for everybody else because you gotta account for him like with two people. You know what I'm saying? And that opens the floor for your shooters, your lob threats, and all that. You know what I mean? So he do that.
Right. And he know how to work with a lob threat efficiently. And he can beat a lob threat if need be.
His damn self, exactly.
Right.
he could work with a lob threat and beat a lob threat. That's like, bro, that's like in GTA having to being the driver and the shooter.
Right. You shotgun Shug, man. He the shooter and the driver.
Come on, bro.
All right, listen. I'm not gonna give it
on.
I like John Morant. I'm not gonna give it much pushback, but I'm not sold on it yet.
Have you seen the Jeremiah Fairs workout going viral everywhere? Have you seen that
I
workout going viral everywhere?
I haven't seen nothing on Jeremiah Fish since whatchamacallit.
Shout out to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube because his videos is everywhere. Every net fan is posting Jeremiah Fairs workout video. He's doing the same thing John Morant doing. He catching jab step, one dribble, take off. You know what I'm saying? Two hands.
I seen it. You post that was you who posted it, right?
Pod posted it, and I
don't know if he got the same athleticism as Ja, but I mean, I get what you're saying.
He don't, but like you wouldn't think he would dunk like that. You know what I mean? At 6'4", like he make it look simple. He make it look easy in a workout. I'm talking about like sometimes
guns
it's all
is legal in New York now.
Yeah, like Nets fans is on Jeremiah Fairs, bro. He's serious.
And listen, I'd rather the upside of Jeremiah Fairs.
Yo, LM, you out of control. Come on, bro. Said get the gun-toting man out of New York.
Man, guns is legal in New York now, man. Don't do that. It's the Second Amendment right as the constitutional right as an American.
The hell it is. Niggas
no,
still
it is, bro. It is. You can get your license now.
Y'all heard that story?
No more Rudy Giuliani shit.
You could get your license now.
Gilbert Arenas said why he had the strap in the locker room in the first place.
Yeah, nigga, because he had asked better Javaris Crittenson, bro. Like he wasn't going for it, so He bought the strap the next day, bro, because he ain't want to get in no fist fight with that nigga.
Listen, you don't want somebody in the locker room talk about, yo, I'll pay you back later. And it ain't I'll pay you back
Yeah,
later.
yeah,
Pay
yeah.
you
He
back
tried to ass
later.
bet him. Yeah,
What
he
you
tried
mean?
to
You
ask.
ain't you see, back then
Yeah,
it wasn't no Cash App and no Zelle and no shit like that.
Wait, so
exactly.
who tried to ask bet who?
So Gil tried to ass bet Javars Crittenson, bro. Javars Crittenson got tight. Now, backstory on Javars Crittenson, my nigga. That nigga is about as hood can get. He doing time right now. This disclosure, but
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie to you, but because he was serious about that nigga Gil paying that money. So Gil
Yeah.
came in the locker room, laughed at that nigga face, and was like, "Yo, I ain't got the bread yet, whatever." And the nigga Javars Crittenson got tight. So the next time around, Gil already knew what time it was, so he came to the locker room with a strap.
How the hell you
Yeah.
ass betting somebody and you bringing the gun? I guess you gotta protect
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Nah,
Nah. He
you
was
could
he was
just
bringing
pay
up.
that man
He
his
was bringing
money.
up for protection. Yeah,
This
because
is
he
a
already knew
corporate
How about you
job.
protect yourself by paying that man his money?
exactly.
but Gil, Gil on some funny. He on
Yeah,
some
yeah.
funny
Gil is
stuff.
on
I
always
mean,
on some funny stuff. So
he on
like, I
some.
mean,
Yeah,
he
That shit
wasn't
ain't
taking that nigga
funny.
seriously.
That
That's
yeah.
shit
what it
ain't
was.
funny. Yo, listen. He said he had a gun when he seen him, right? Name me one nigga in the hood that play like that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's what I
Y'all
say,
ain't
bro.
never seen
Like,
Friday, man?
yeah.
He said he had a gun in
I
car
was
when he
just
seen him.
watching that shit on Netflix today, bro. Like, nah, but nah, you 100% right, bro. Like, you can't. First off, how you gonna ask better nigga that you work with?
Right. You gonna see this nigga every day.
You gonna
Because
see him
Gil
every
take
day, bro.
nothing. Gil take nothing serious until it gets serious. You know what I mean? He don't take
Mhm.
nothing serious.
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He's on
Yeah.
I
joke
And
time,
mean,
man.
I'm
And he
not, yo,
got,
and
you
P
know,
one.
listen.
I'm not doing that Darren Williams situation shit, bro. Like, stop, bro. Like, y'all. Everybody think the worst when it come to trading for a nigga, bro. Like, god damn.
No, I don't think it's the worst for it depends on who. Again, these names are nice, and I know y'all was there live watching him doing spin moves on us in the air and all that. And y'all a little razzle dazzled. But listen, man, take it easy. All right. And understand that the upside of Jeremiah Fears is more valuable to us than John Morant coming here and wanting to win in his window.
But
John
we ain't
Morant being
guaranteed to get that
hold
though.
on. John Morant window for wanting to win and his patience for the franchise and organization. Again, I think these superstars be getting coaches fired. That's why I made the title of the show to say that these superstars getting these coaches up out of here. And the franchise is like, the franchise, the front office, they're like, if we giving you this top tier talent that are free agents and you can't win, nah, you out of here. Same thing with you know what I'm saying? Like long duos that don't win it, they're not gonna keep them together. They're not gonna like Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. You'll never see that shit again.
Well, the same could be said the other way around too, nigga. You could win and get your ass kicked out. You saw what happened to Mike Malone. That nigga got the franchise only title, 8 straight years, winning seasons, bro. Get your ass out the door, man. You talking too much, bro. Like, get up out of here. They ain't like that
preach.
shit, bro. Like, I mean, these organizations run their shit how they run their shit. I'm not saying that's us, but I'm also not eliminating any possibilities of us getting that said player that might get us winning a little bit earlier than usual, bro. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, it's an NBA, bro. I'm not out here to just throw away seasons, my nigga, just to see if the top pick of this year or the top pick of next year we get in the draft is gonna be something. And they got the skills themselves to lead the team. So some of us ain't
No,
got
but
time to wait for that shit, bro. I don't know
no,
about you.
it's not. It's not about that. It's about when we tried that, it didn't work. So why we finna jump to it now? And
Hey,
again,
Breezy,
the same thing is same how you say the same magnitude of what it was before about injuries. You know what I'm saying? You got player one in the chat saying John Morant injury prone. I remember him having games missed in the playoffs because he was injured. My point is that again, a lot of these players we can invest in that's in the free agents, and a lot of times that be contingent on what they did on the other team. We got two champions from two different teams, from two different conferences, and they ain't do shit together. Regardless of what you say about how it happened, the result is it was not a win. And it's one thing to have players on the roster, is another thing to have them actually playing basketball together. I'm sorry, this horn is going off in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was wondering
Yo, yo,
I
somebody.
shut up,
I'm
posted.
like,
bro.
I
Hey,
was
I
wondering if
posted.
somebody car was going crazy. But my only problem with that is, bro, I understand the facts of that, bro. But niggas is being shaky, bro, from running from it. Just like this situation is gonna happen again. Yo, you can't. Yo, we can't ever get free agents again. We can't ever trade for niggas ever again, bro, because it burned us the last
Ever
time, bro.
again? Nah, I said
God
2026.
damn.
Hey,
2026 is when I said. I said
I
I
did.
looked at 2025 and I wasn't impressed. You know what I mean? So I was
I'm
like
not looking at the
2026.
free agents list. I'm looking at the niggas on these teams that actually want out, bro. Like it's the bro.
Like who?
The beginning of this year, we was
Giannis.
Hold
hold
on,
up. This
hold
wait,
on.
wait, wait, wait,
I
wait.
did.
Hold on,
I did.
hold
Hold
up.
on, leave. Hold on, real quick. I did post a video on TikTok. I mean on Twitter, Breeze, of Jeremiah. I did post it.
Yeah,
I go
yeah.
ahead.
I thought that was you, but
Yeah, but I mean, but this time last season, bro, we was talking about Trey Young getting his rehab here in Brooklyn.
true.
Here, he got rehab here in Brooklyn. Now we don't want him no more, man, because Atlanta messed around and got in the play-in. God damn, bro. Like these, bro, they ain't giving nothing a chance. Let's just, all right, let's go in the draft and see if bro, we haven't drafted anybody ever of any significance that carried us to nothing. That's
Jeremiah could.
facts. Jeremiah. Now we
Hold
leaning on
on, hold on.
Jeremiah.
I gotta hold on. Nah, not blaming on him. He's somebody that could be a homegrown star. Look, Vince Carter, he said, like your post. This fan base deserves a homegrown star, and Sean Marks seems to be on the same page via at Yes
Mm,
Network. As a fan base, you want to say, I remember when they drafted this guy. I've seen the
mm.
development course of such and such player. This is words by Sean Marks. I actually seen that little piece of the interview. And again, I think that's the direction of the Brooklyn Nets. And I'm just doing this because I'm gonna close the show. Even if I go live in a half hour or something like that, you guys would know it's not super duper late, so I might do another live. But this show has too much quality for me not to be clipping up these 2 hour episodes. So that being said, I'm gonna do 2 hour episode interviews from now on because it's, you know what I'm saying, the best way to get these clips back to get the content with clips. But yeah, man, we're gonna be back. But I'll leave off saying this: yes, we do deserve it. We should have put this in bold letters. This fan base deserves a homegrown star. Leaf just said it. We didn't see Brooke Lopez take us nowhere. We missed out on Dame Lillard. We missed out on Kyle Kuzma. We missed out on, you know what I'm saying, players that we could have drafted that maybe, perhaps, you know what I mean, could have been a homegrown star. But that's not our situation. And if Vince Carter is like, and we just got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of kinetic energy going towards the draft, and I like it. Even when the seem like not just the quote unquote fans care, but the players that's part of the organization. Say what you want about Vince Carter, we just retired his number the other day. You know what I'm saying? And he out here, he's saying this. You know what I mean? You know, Vince Carter, trust me, he probably somebody that can help us get a draft pick. You know what I mean? Who knows what kind of impact that Vince Carter has. But I'm being long winded. But I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to This is JTV. Shout out to Leaf. Shout out to Iceman, the Eskimo. You know what I'm saying? The Tip Off of Brooklyn Nets podcast. Subscribe to all of us. We all trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? And again, y'all the reason, we the reason. I'll say Nets fans is the best fans. We're gonna do more of these episodes. I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. And again, man, y'all could be more active in the chat too. But it just be not net fan content. We could, you know what I mean, move around the panel and talk about a whole lot of different stuff. I'm gonna be watching a different show tomorrow. Shout your show out real quick, Jay, before we do.
A different show where every week is a different show. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. on my Instagram at This Is Jay, or It's a Different World. But just go to This Is Jay. It's easy to follow because it's right there and shit. But go follow me. Yeah, it's gonna be lit. Know what I mean, every week it's a different show, so I can't even tell you what's gonna be happening because it's gonna be some different shit going on. But
Mm-hmm.
Go check the old episodes on my page right now if you want to. Them shits is still funny to watch. And shout out, I saw in the chat somebody said they was watching the old episodes of here. So make sure you watch the rewatch, man. It'd be
All
lit.
right. Yeah, Ice, y'all can find Ice on Twitter. Same handle, Ice.
Same handle.
I gotta
Oh,
cut it short. We at 159.